so you know how it is.
Your thing's updated, saying deadline transfer day show. Salah leaving, Felix, Barcelona, and more.
It should be live. Let's see if YouTube's come up yet. Yeah.
Oh, you've gone live now. Yeah, you've gone live now.
Yeah. There we go. Right, let's just do an audio check. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yo, hi Rileys, you alright? How's it going? Oh, we are going to be doing the transfer talk. Oh, how exciting, right? I'm joined by my friends Jake and Jamie, or Leeds Away Jay, who decided to not go live and ruin everything. And also we've got Jake, It's Mighty Jake, who has gone live once in the last year and a half.
So my PC can't handle it anymore, so I need to get a new PC.
My audio is fine. Well, thank you. That's good to know.
I just need to get a new PC. And then
my phone audio. You'll see me looking down a lot today because I've got my transfer news here. So aren't you guys lucky? But yeah, we're basically. What do I think? When do I think the new signing will be announced? Do you mean Gravenberch? How has Gravenberch not been announced yet? That is my question. That is my first question to you, Jake and Jamie. Go on. How has he not been announced? Why am I still in this pain?
Because he didn't want to join you.
Actually, he does.
No, it'll be the case of they'll be getting on like the announcement video and the medical's done it. They'll be doing the announcement videos and getting all the pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah, everything's
they don't need to rush it in.
Jake, my friend Jake is watching the match with us, so he's going to be giving us all the updates from the wonderful. Is West Ham at home or away?
Away.
West Ham Luton match, or Luton West Ham. We're also going to be talking about every transfer as it comes in and goes, and we're going to be talking about all the done deals. So we've got plenty to talk about. Where is all this Salah news for 200 million then, or were you just making that up? Guys, I am talking to you.
What?
The Salah 200 million news.
Yeah, sorry. It was announced on Sky Sports, and I seen it from. Where did I see it? I seen it on Twitter as well. I can't remember who it was. Who they didn't like, but it has just been announced on what do you call it? Twitch.
Twitch. I don't know.
Twitchy.
So where do you guys want to start?
Do you announced on Twitter?
Do you want to start talking about the done deals, things that have happened this window, or?
Whatever. Totally up to you.
I think the biggest thing we should talk about is the Saudi League. The influence of the Saudi League.
Oh, we can talk about the Saudi League.
Because it's such a boring topic.
How is it?
Leave them be, man. Let them do what they want to do.
Yeah, I'm saying they've made the most transfers out of any league.
All right, Jake. I'll tell you what.
Big names as well.
Luton just nearly scored. Nice. I'll tell you what. Invisible Man, thank you for the follow. What we'll do is we'll start off with the Saudi League. We'll say, right, Jake, what is your opinion in about a minute or so on what has been going on in Saudi Arabia with all these transfers over the course of what has been an incredible window, right?
I think it's crazy.
They've got an extra week. So, yeah.
Technically, they could still have it until the 20th of September, but the league itself said they'll do it until the 7th of January. 7th of September, yeah. But in general, it's how they're promoting their country as well. So you got like Neymar's contract. He's getting paid to promote Saudi League, promote Saudi in general. They're not just promoting football; they're promoting themselves, promoting their country as a whole. Which is you wouldn't really see these things in contracts. When the Chinese league tried taking over, they just bought players and just gave them money. That was it. Saudi have put more stuff into their contracts.
So what you could say is the Saudi League be doing it right. They're not just investing in players; they're investing in culture.
And also, they're not just doing it in one league; they're doing it all three leagues.
Yeah, they're doing it across all tiers.
Yeah, they're doing it across all tiers. They're promoting all three leagues. They're not just promoting the main league. They're trying to bring people in to promote the third league, the second league, stuff like that. They're even offering money, stuff like this. Yes, money is a big thing, but money talks as well. Football is a business. In the end of the day.
Ollie, thank you for the finger part and thank you for the rose. Quickly, guys, when we get questions in, we will, of course, answer them. I am good. You guys, are you good? They're really good at answering me, aren't they? But
I mean,
what do people think? I've got a question. What is the Villa Liverpool score going to be this weekend? Jake, quick fire.
Who you playing?
Villa versus Liverpool.
I think 2-1 Villa. I think Villa's got a strong team.
Almost announced. Jamie?
who do you play?
Villa.
I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
I really think. Oh,
I'm going 2-2. Where's the missus?
I think.
Oh, come say hi. She's right.
2-2 to who?
She's not sticking around.
Hey.
My only chat. We'll say hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Anyways, yeah, there's the missus.
I've been at hospital all night.
Yeah, we're very tired, both of us. We're on about 2 hours sleep each.
I'm not a Liverpool hater. I just think Villa has been a good transfer.
The entire time keeping me up. Anyways,
like
I love you.
Villa had a very good.
Yeah, we're good. It was for the little one. He's okay.
Out of the big six, I think Villa have had the best transfer window.
Well, even still, but we'll get onto who's had the best window in a little bit. But yeah, going back to it, Jamie, do you want to say your opinions on Saudi, or have you got no more to add on what Jake said? Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's there.
He's there.
I didn't listen to what Jake said, to be fair, because I've had this. I think last time we were live, we spoke about it, but I have no problem with Saudi. Every country has their right to build their league how they want to build their league. I've said I have no problem with all these players going over, whether in the prime, past it, even young players, because that's what it eventually gets to. I have no problem with it. The only point I have a problem with it is if they want to get into the Champions League, they have to play by FFP. That is all I ask. That's all I want. If they do that, I have no problem with them.
Yeah,
I think it's good to see it's competition. Do you know what I mean? I say this now, but it hasn't affected me with Leeds being relegated and them not actively coming after any players that we're after or what we have. So it hasn't affected me. Whereas if I'm other teams, like Napoli, for example, I'd be super miffed with not being able to sign Gabriel Vega because he chose to go to Saudi over going to them.
Yeah. Couple questions coming in. Mainly, all Arsenal.
Do you know what I mean? So
has Gravenberch joined? I am not Fabrizio, but I'm looking at Fabrizio at this moment in time, and he's not officially announced. However, everything is done. And Gravenberch will be at the club in. He plays for us basically from now on. He is joining. The club, Bayern Munich and Liverpool. Obviously, that was the only chance where there was a chance where it would fall through. Because Paulinho fell through for Bayern. They might have gone, we don't have our replacement now, so you're not getting him. But because they'd already signed all their paperwork that we needed, it was a done deal. But
then again, the only problem about the German league is their transfer window closed at 6 p.m. So they had to get Paulinho in by 5, technically, to get it done. But Paulinho was still in London by, 4 o'clock? He was never
he wanted to go, but Fulham hadn't agreed, right?
Fulham agreed to, but the bid they made wasn't good enough for it to be agreed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They hadn't agreed with a fee.
And like people say, medicals on the final day, they technically don't have to actually do a medical. This is a big thing I learned yesterday. They actually don't. Some players don't actually do a medical on transfer deadline day. They grade tiers, so they have like a tier like. So they'll call. The medical staff have people that know about players, and they'll call them, and they'll have a grade saying like grade 1 is like the person won't get injured. They're going to be a fresh, but then it goes down in grades depending on injuries and stuff like that. They'll call their friends, and their friends will go, "Oh yeah, they're grade 1, grade 2, stuff like that." And that's where their medical will be passed or failed. Yeah. Which I think, yeah. But then again, let's say you buy someone on deadline day. They say they ain't no injuries. Next thing you know, you agree that medical, but next thing you know, they get injured the next day. I think it's a weird thing, but that's how they do for deadline day transfers. Some of them do actually do medical, some of them don't. Which I thought was a shock.
Jamie, I was going to do that. I've done the handles under thingy. I've done them on the. I've done it on the other side.
It'd been
I'll do it next time, Jamie. Anyways, let's go on to some of the deals that have happened today. Jamie, we'll kick it off with you. let's talk about this one on the screen right now. Cancelo and João Felix to Barcelona. Oh, we'll start.
Sorry, what? So go.
It was basically asking about João Felix and
João Felix and Cancelo to Barcelona.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, that's not focusing, by the way, Jamie.
I think they're both very good signings. Very, very good signings. Sharp, man. Ruined it.
But
You just don't want to gain followers. That's all it is, Peter.
Well, come live on TikTok then.
I think it's a very. I can't because the baby is sat there growling at me.
And another thing is
blank out background noise on TikTok.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
with them signings for Barcelona, it's been common knowledge for like the last month or two. These two players were going to go to Barcelona. It's just a matter of time when.
I mean, I couldn't believe.
Yeah, I think.
And if they're going to go permanent or not.
I think it's great for them.
I couldn't believe they weren't already done, to be honest. All right. Well, in that case, just out of 10, quickly, we'll rank each signing. Give our opinion. Let's do these two as a duo, as they're both signed at the same time. Out of 10, how good is this signing for Barcelona? These signings for Barcelona.
9. I said 9.
Them two signings.
Yeah, in total.
I said 9.
Compared to what they have, 10 out of 10.
Well, for Barcelona in general,
For Barcelona, I said 9 because it depends on how Felix is going to play. That's the issue. Is Felix going to do the job he needs to do? Is he going to score these goals? What Barcelona want him to do? Is he going to do the same job as Fati, who they loaned out as? That's why I say 9. Felix is going to do his job. Cancelo's going to do his job at right back. We already know he's going to do his job at right back. He's done it at Bayern. He's done it at Real. He's done it at Juve. Yeah. He does it. He knows how to do his job. Simple as that. It's just about João Felix.
Similar to you, I'm going to say 8. I just think, I'd just say a little bit lower. But VVD, why is Gravenberch not announced? I don't work at Liverpool. I don't know for a fact. But it's just a case of they're probably working on the best announcement video or whatever. And also, the later into the night they release it, there'll be less pressure on them to release another player, which doesn't look like it's going to happen, which is going to annoy me to heck. But, yeah. Kolo Muani, obviously a bit of a World Cup top player. They had a really good year in Germany as well. Joined PSG today, seemingly out of nowhere. I didn't really see anything much about this beforehand.
Nah, it's been going around for about a week now. They had like a £65 million bid rejected, and Frankfurt wanted 100.
Good catch. But yeah, 90 million, 75 million, and 15 million add-ons. That is a big signing, right? That is huge.
I'll say 8 again because you got Mbappe still there. What's Luis Enrique going to do with Mbappe and him there at the club?
Well, Mbappe down the left and Muani down the middle, right?
Yeah, but Mbappe's the golden boy at the PSG.
Yeah, but he still played down the left anyway.
Unless they're going to change to, call me crazy, but they could change to a 3-5-2 kind of thing, play Muani and Mbappe. You've got Hakimi, that's pretty much a winger anyway, and Nuno Mendes. Is it Nuno Mendes? Nuno Mendes?
Yeah.
Nuno Mendes uses wing backs.
They've got PSG have had a good transfer window as well. Like they could
potentially go 3-5-2, and that would look very good. They've got no Messi. They've got Neymar's not there. Do you know what I mean? They don't really have the wingers there now. They 2 strikers.
Oh wait, have they got?
They've got Marco Asensio and Ousmane Dembele in.
Yeah, Dembele as well.
That's a good point.
I think
Dembele could play as a cam potentially.
That's what I mean. Same with Asensio.
Muani and Mbappe hybrid left wing striker sort of.
Oh wow! Nice have announced the mutual termination of Kasper Schmeichel's contract.
Ooh.
He's coming home, Jake. He's coming home.
He's coming home.
We were getting back. We've got 4 keepers. We don't need another keeper. That's the thing. We need to get rid of a keeper.
Be your best goalkeeper by far.
But we've got David Hams, who's literally a 22-year-old keeper, which has kept what?
All right.
He's only conceded 1 goal so far.
Everyone in the chat, Kasper Schmeichel is no longer the Nice goalkeeper. Where do you see him ending up? Where might he go? Let us know. No surprise low today. No, not tonight, Billy. Not tonight. All transfer talk tonight. Next surprise low career mode will probably be on.
West Ham literally just squandered a chance.
West Ham could have scored.
Yeah, they had Alvarez edge of the box, He's had a shot, but 3 Luton players have dived in front of it to block the ball. And they've actually managed to block it. And Paqueta had a shot, put it over the bar.
Tyler, you think it's a Danish club? What about the Saudi league? Do you reckon we'll see Striker go to Saudi Arabia?
I can see him go to a Premier League team. I don't know which one, but I can see like a team.
Who needs him? I mean, Luton.
Luton to London for him. Literally.
Right.
Sheffield United.
1 minute chat.
He'd go to any team in the Premier League, like bottom half of the Premier League on a free contract.
Was scoring the
No, still. Quetta. It's not. Emerson. Percatas put the ball in. Oh my god, it's 1-0. Who scored? Bowen.
Who scored?
Bowen.
Bowen scored. Nice.
Yeah, scored a header. Keeper parried it into his net from the header.
Nice.
I put Bowen to score as well.
That's nice. Yeah, I do. And
I think one shot on target as well.
I had him for the 1 shot on target, yeah.
Actually, Ward-Prowse to have a shot on target, Quetta have a shot on target, and Ward-Prowse to make a foul.
Ward-Prowse does have a shot on target, has he?
No. I'm saying I need it.
Okay.
What a ball from Paqueta, though. But the keeper should be doing better. Honestly, that's a poor save from the keeper. He's literally... So, Bowen's headed the ball in, Jamie, and he's hit his arms and gone behind him. It's terrible. Terrible keeping.
That's a
Honestly.
real...
This stage, the only incoming here at Fulham. There has been a couple of other outgoings as well.
What I was doing... Jake, keep talking because we are holding his TikTok up. I'm just
Chalobah City, Chelsea. Yeah, 1-0 West Ham change.
Oh yeah,
Bowen scored. Bowen.
Window closes tonight. What time does it close tonight, lads? 11?
11 p.m.
11 p.m. tonight. The window closes. Obviously, there are normally deals that carry on to about 1. Normally, isn't it? The ones that are coming on.
Well, no, it's as long as they've got the paperwork in by 11 p.m. You get the news still coming through, yeah. And they're allowed to do the medicals and all that crap afterwards.
Yeah, the window officially closes.
As long as the paperwork goes through the
Man City have not made any.
They've made a deadline day sale. They sold Cole Palmer officially to Chelsea,
and they've sent Tommy Doyle on loan to Sheffield United.
Yeah, but let's talk about Cole Palmer. That's a bit more. McAtee.
McAtee.
Yeah,
no, but they also loaned out another player as well, Tommy Doyle.
But yeah, let's talk about the interesting one there, Cole Palmer. I don't see it. I don't understand it.
The only reason I can see it is Pochettino's going to offer him more game time, and then Pep Guardiola is at the minute.
They can't offer every player more blooming game time. And yeah, okay, some of them are injured, but
the only thing you look at it, Man City. If you look at compared to Man City, he's not going to get a team over Foden. Behind the striker, they've got Foden, they've got Bernardo. Like he's not going to get into that team.
Yeah, but he'll come off the bench.
But how many times is he going to come off the bench? He's been around the team for 3 years, and all he keeps doing is come off the bench. He's not started a single game in the Premier League in the last 3 years, and he's been in the first team for 3 years.
Yeah, but he's also managed to win every competition there is. Eric,
you got on the bet boost, bet boost on Bet 365.
I didn't have time tonight. I was too busy setting all this up.
Well, it was Bowen to get a shot on target.
I would have definitely put a £5 on that.
A £5?
Yeah, I'm building up my account from 20 quid again, so I'm at the small bets right now.
Okay.
Yo, Spazzy, how you doing? Right, what was that, sorry? Right, anyways. Yeah, that's me refreshing it. That's all good. Okay. What to talk about next? Guys, do you want to review some of the done deals so far in the Premier League for a little bit?
I can do.
Was there any other big deals that have gone through today? I'm just trying to think. Obviously, Gravenberch is on the edge. Actually, one big thing that happened today. Divock Origi to Nottingham Forest.
Did it actually go through?
As far as I'm aware, it was done. right?
No, because there was a link with him. Him and Sheffield United. He was linked with Sheffield United as well, but nothing went through. No.
I thought it was done. Wait, Divock Origi to Nottingham Forest. Here we go. He's already in UK, undergoing secret medical tests as a new Forest player.
Oh yeah.
Told loan deal
secret medical tests.
Buy option clause valid in June 2024.
Crazy.
So yeah, no, we've got Jake watching the game, me watching Fabrizio and everything else, and Jamie watching Deadline Day. So we've got all of us covering all bases tonight. Yeah, Divock Origi to Nottingham Forest. Out of nowhere.
You know what's crazy?
Big, good deal? In my eyes, it is. I think he's an incredible player, obviously.
I think it's a replacement for Brendan Johnson no leaving.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a...
And they're getting a lot of profit from Brendan Johnson as well.
He's Tottenham, here we go, right?
Yeah, 45 million.
Yeah.
So far this transfer window, the Premier League teams have spent 2.27 billion, but also received 1.29 billion, which is a record-breaking window.
Hey, Jamie, you're on your phone. Why don't you come join the TikTok live?
What? Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Mister,
No,
I'd see this man scrolling his phone more than talking. What about you, Jake? What do you reckon?
But I think he has got Sky Sports on his phone though.
No, he's on.
Yeah, I'm watching. How did you know? No, to be fair, watch, you ready? I was like, it is like this.
Amrabat is also here we go to United. What do you make of that signing?
So I'm watching Sky Sports in the corner, but also on the app. So I'm doing both. I'm multitasking, okay?
Yeah, but you're not talking. You're not triple tasking.
Right, yes, right. Okay, right, 1 second.
Alright, you're in, Jamie. I'm going to put you in hot
time. I just need to take this 12.
Let's talk about Manchester United.
Go on.
We'll talk about specific clubs and their signing soon. Let's start off with the done deals and let's go through what Arsenal have brought in this season. Raya, Havertz, Rice and Timber. Out of 10, what do we rate Arsenal's transfer window?
9. A 9, honestly, a 9. What a good window for them.
4 people.
I'm not giving them a 9. I'm giving them a 7. 6. 6.
No,
6. Yeah, 6.
I don't get how you can say it.
No, do you know what it is, Jake? No, right, Jake. No, do you know why I can?
Why?
Declan Rice, 10 out of 10 signing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give him that.
Jurriën Timber,
1.
I'd give it a 8/9 out of 10. Yeah. Havertz,
he's
a 1 out of 10. A 1. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not judging Timber, but that's why I give him a high rating because he has the potential, and I've seen what he can do. Just unfortunate about the injury. Havertz is a straight 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. I don't.
Yeah.
Why did they need to buy him? Where was he going to play? What was he going to do? Do you know what I mean? The Raya one, don't understand it. Ramsdale was ace for him last season. I know he's been a bit wobbly this season, but he was ace. Why did they need to sign a backup goalkeeper on loan?
Matt Turner left.
I would say Raya...
they sold Matt Turner to bring in Raya. They didn't need that.
I would say Raya is a good signing. Takes a player away from potential rivals.
You're saying Brentford are potential rivals?
No, because he was going to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but he was going to. Yeah, but that's not right. That's not a rival in the league.
Yeah, Champions League rival.
That doesn't mean.
Or he could have gone to Chelsea. There was rumours for Chelsea as well before Sanchez.
The thing is,
they were happy with Kai Havertz. It makes their midfield even more stronger than it already is.
No, it doesn't though, because he doesn't do anything, Jay.
He plays the attacking role in that midfield.
He's not done anything. Have you not seen the Arsenal fans slagging him off all over social?
We could say the same thing.
He's striking. Can't play striker. He can't play in the wing. He can't sit in mid. He sits in midfield, and just the ball goes past him. He just hovers in a gap where the ball's not going to come towards him. When it does, he takes the most awful touch in the world, or he just doesn't do anything with it. He's such a waste. 65 million. Chelsea are sat there thinking, "Oh my God, we've just had you over a barrel, and we've just shoved it right in there, and then slapped you backside whilst we've done it." They've proper disrespected them. Like I don't understand how you can say that. Like I say, Rice isn't 10 out of 10 signing. 10 out of 10, straight 10 out of 10. But understand Luis Sinistero currently undergoing medical at Bournemouth, had a loan move from Leeds. I don't get it.
What?
Newcastle made a late move for Tottenham's got keeper Hugo Lloris on loan.
Oh well, that's irrelevant, isn't it? What is the news about Liverpool's transfer? Currently just Gravenberch and nothing else has come through at this moment in time.
Salah's going, lad.
No, right. Let's not say that because we don't know for a fact, Jamie, and people are actually expecting.
Salah will be gone by next week.
Salah's not going. Nothing's been
200 million. You can't say no. I'm sorry.
I
For
think they
31
really
year
can.
old, you cannot say no to 200 million.
I'm not gonna lie. The reason I think they say no is because I think they know they can get the exact same amount in January and maybe 150 in next year.
Nah, they won't go back in for 200 million.
Right, whoa, breaking news. Ryan Gravenberch has just signed the contract as a new Liverpool player. There you go.
There we go. There is the
Fabs
Gravenberch news. Let's have a look. Let me refresh Fabrizio.
Fabs has just announced it.
Let's refresh that on Fabrizio because it will probably be there as well. Let's get that on the screen. And now we'll talk about this signing. Wait. There we go. Ryan Gravenberch has signed a contract as a new Liverpool player 49 seconds ago from Mr. Fabrizio himself. So he is signing to Liverpool's midfield. So now I will ask you, Liverpool's midfield transformation from probably the most common three last season was, it was always Henderson, Fabinho, and then you had Milner, Ox, and Naby sort of rotating whenever one of them wasn't injured. Now
Milner played more right back. Technically.
He definitely did not. I watched Liverpool last season. I can tell you for a fact he didn't play right back. Trent was right back.
You're telling me Trent didn't get dropped a lot of games?
No, he didn't.
I
suffered a lot watching Trent last season. But now the midfield sits at Gravenberch, sits at Szoboszlai and McAllister. And I think we've got Gravenberch and Endo. I think we'll see Gravenberch on the bench this week and we'll see Endo in there. I'll start off with you, Jamie, if you're free to. I don't know. I can see you looking left.
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think of Liverpool's midfield transformation? Not overall transfer window just yet. We'll get to that later.
Situation.
Transformation.
Our transfer window.
No, just the transformation.
What did you say? Midfield situation.
Transformation.
Oh, the transformation. I called it. I called it last season at the beginning of the season, just as Klopp said. I said your legs were gone in the midfield. You needed to freshen up. I called it last year. I called it at the end of the season previously to that.
What I mean is,
it needed cleaning up, and you've done that. The only problem is I don't think Endo is a
world-class star
replacement for Fabinho. I don't think he's as good as Fabinho, even though Fabinho went downhill. I don't think he's a good enough replacement for that position. Maka, I think he's great. I'm one of his biggest fans. Szoboszlai, we'll wait and see. He's got age on his side. Do you know what I mean? He'll come good.
Oh, I think he's
good. And Gravenberch, I've been a great fan of Gravenberch from when he was at Ajax, when he was young at Ajax. So I think he's a great signing. Only problem is he's pretty much the same as Maka. He plays the same positions as Maka. That's the only problem. So I don't know. Are you not going to have that holding defensive mid in front of the defence? Or what are you going to play? Maybe Maka or Gravenberch there, and then play the other two ahead of them, or is it going to be Gravenberch, Maka, and Sobo rotating with Endo sat behind them all the time? Because I just don't see Endo as being that top quality player that's going to sit there in that position.
Another thing they could do is play Thiago in that role. And just play Thiago to ping the ball.
No.
I don't. Yeah, I don't see Thiago phased. I don't see them going from that.
But then again, that's what Thiago. But then again, you look at this. That's what Thiago did really well at Bayern Munich. He just holding role and just ping the ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Thiago going to Saudi in January.
No, we had them links earlier in the window, and Klopp shut them down.
Thiago, I'm on about when he finds out that he's getting less time. If that midfield works and he's getting less time and he wants to go, Klopp's not going to keep him there against his will and going to accept him to go. And it wouldn't surprise me if I could see him going back to Barca, personally. I could see him going to Italy, maybe. But I think Saudi could be a very good.
Saudi's
it would be a
Thiago, doesn't it?
massive potential for. Yeah. But. Yeah, I can see if that midfield works out, he's not getting as many minutes at all as what he has been getting. Well, used to get.
Yeah.
So I think if that's the case, he's gone in January.
Yeah. I will say I think Gravenberch, he has played CDM before. I wouldn't say it's his main position. He has played in that holding role. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he can dribble
It's
well.
not, see, when they play there, I wouldn't call it a holding defensive mid. They play more a deep lying playmaker position.
Yeah.
No, when usually you'll find when they're playing the three and it's not, they don't have that Fabinho type player or Rodri type player. They're playing a deep lying playmaker.
Yeah.
So someone like Thiago that's going to sit there in the hole in front of him, try and defend a bit, but at the same time he's not going to move. He's not going to run dash forward all the time. He's just going to ping the ball and do what he needs to do.
That's what I was saying.
You know, he's looking for the runners, but the only downside for Thiago in that situation, Jake, is Gravenberch has the legs. He has the legs. He has the physicality on Thiago to be able to do.
But then again, you can play Gravenberch as the box to box will do the work anyway, and he's going to be more utilized in that box to box than that deep lane.
Personally, I think you will be lining up with Maka as the deep line playmaker, with Gravenberch and Gravenberch being a box to box, and Sobo having a bit more of freedom of staying a bit more forward.
Sobo defo sitting free. I think we'll see a lot of that. He drifts already. He's so good on the ball. You know, he comes up left, right, centre, and really does a good job of that. I mean, if you saw his heat map against Newcastle, it was insane. I'll try to pull a picture up of it quickly. I spelled that wrong. Heat map versus Newcastle. It was crazy. Is there an image of it? Let's have a look. That is not the heat map at all. Nope, they don't have an image of it. But wait, there you go. Of course, it's not on the screen, is it?
Yep, they're great. Heat maps changed. They're great. Absolutely great.
Yeah. Foot mob.
Great.
Foot mob's away. Foot mob away. It's because I've half cropped out the screen.
It'll be all I need is a shot on target from Antonio and a shot on target from Gainsborough Prowse. And I get another 4 bets coming.
Ooh, nice. Could happen. Free kick, you get one of them.
Well, that's what I mean. Free kick, and then if I can get it, keeper saves it on the rebound, Antonio knocks it in.
Yeah,
that would be the dream.
Yeah, all right, Sunday 27th.
I feel like Madrid 7-0. Jesus Christ.
It's actually.
I don't know. I'm just looking at football though. It says 7. It said before it said 7-0.
Oh, what one when I was going through the screen?
Yeah, you were on the screen before.
Why is it not? If I could play a profile, I don't know how people got that.
I don't think.
How did they?
Yeah, Mako. I don't think Thiago stays. Yeah, I don't think he stays past January. To be honest, if he's not getting the time, if this midfield works out like Klopp wants it to, I don't think he stays past January.
This is a very energetic midfield guy at the end of the day. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. All right,
Hojlund is fit and available to make his debut against Arsenal on Sunday.
Who will?
Hojlund.
Oh, is he? Oh, interesting.
Yes. Johnny Evans signed 1-year contract at Man United. Really odd one. Yeah. Really odd one.
I think they just needed a bit of experience, right? Right, I'm giving up on that.
I'm sorry, right?
Anyway.
I'm sorry, right? But Callum Hudson-Odoi to Forest for $5 million is a bargain.
It is.
Everton have been chasing Gnotto all window, right?
Yeah.
And chasing different wingers. Why didn't they just go for Hudson-Odoi for $5 million? Why would you not?
Gravenberch to Liverpool.
I'm surprised a lot more players
and sign. Moving on. We talked about Arsenal. Jamie, you gave him a 6. Jake, you gave him a 9. Is that what you said on the end, Jake, or did you drop it down a little bit?
What?
Arsenal's transfer window.
I say 8 or 9. I still think it's really good.
I think 7. I think.
No, you're sticking at 9. You said 9. You're sticking at 9.
Havertz is right down here. Terrible. Rice right up here. Timber, I'm just going to put to the side. He will be incredible. And then Raya, I think is a decent one, and it definitely puts Ramsdale with a bit of pressure on him. Gravenberch is completed, so the deal won't collapse. Nice try, but yeah, it's all done deal. Aston Villa, I'm going to kick off on
9.
this one, and I'm going to say that this transfer. All right, Jake's going to kick off on this one and say a 9. Go on then, Jake. Talk us through your 9. Tell us why you think it's perfect.
Honestly, I think they've done great business. absolute outstanding business. To get DRB, to get Pau Torres from the teams what are playing Champions League football to come to Aston Villa is a big thing. Yes, Emery knows what he's doing, but to convince these players to move from their teams who are getting Champions League football year in, year out, to come to a team that isn't getting Champions League football and could be on the rise up, not as big as Newcastle, but could be challenging. I think he's done a good job of getting these players in.
Jamie, do you want to go next?
For this one, I'm going to go 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
personally,
nothing that they could have
I think
added.
the Pau Torres one. Pau Torres for me is right now from what I've seen against Newcastle. It was a bit of a 7 for me.
No,
Diaby is a 10 out of 10. I'm not. I think Pau Torres needs a couple more games to bed in personally, but Diaby 10 out of 10. Rico Richards, I think that's a youth player.
Yeah, the rest.
Tielemans, we've seen him for Leicester. We know how good he is. That's a banger. Zaniolo, I think he'll come good. And I think the Longley on loan from Barca is an absolute amazing transfer.
Do you not
I think
remember
it's
him kind
a
of
brilliant transfer for them.
thinking up the gaff for Tottenham?
Longley? Did he play for Longley?
He played for Tottenham and he
didn't really play it as often though. That's the problem.
But when he played, he was pretty poor. That one,
I think it'd be a great. I think it'd be a great signing
for me. I'm going to say 9.5 because I'm not going to say it's the perfect transfer window. I think it's very close to what you can get to perfect, especially Villa not unlimited budget, some great fees. I think
that's what it is. And what it is for what they've paid, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, Pau Torres. I mean, I remember last year, weren't we talking about 75 million being rejected for Chelsea?
And he was linked with Man U and Chelsea and both got rejected.
So I don't quite know what's happened to fall down so much.
Wasn't it?
And Bayern Munich as well, they got rejected as well.
I guess the only thing that could have changed the price is contract length. I'm not sure on what his contract length was, but an incredible.
I think he had a year or two left.
Yeah, Tielemans, I think it depends. If he plays with passion and wants to play, he's one of the best players on the pitch every time.
The problem is he's still come off the bench every week.
Yeah, but if he plays
he's not getting into that midfield. I'm sorry, but he's not getting into that midfield.
If he plays like he did at Leicester, then it's a bit of a mess signing.
If he plays how he played for the last 2 years for us, he's not against that team.
Yeah.
But if he plays how he was playing before that, when he finds his form, that's a great signing. I'm sorry, he's one of the best midfielders on his day.
But yeah, overall, I'd say a 9.5 for a window from Aston Villa. Bournemouth. What do we think of Bournemouth? Jamie, you can go first, as you've lost a player to them.
We've lost. See,
Tyler Adams.
Alex. For me, it's a. I mean, we're about to lose another player to him because Sinisterra's going on loan to them as well. Anytime now. For me, I think it's a solid 9. I think Alex Scott, he's the next big thing. I think within the next year or so, you see him in the England squad. Max Aarons, that one hurt. He was at the Ellen Road, literally did his medical, got the phone call that Bournemouth were offering Premier League football to him, and he left, went down south. Romain Poivre. I've seen him a couple times in France. He does look like a bit of a handful. Justin Kluivert, hopefully he can hit the ground running. It never worked out for him in Roma. So Alex Scott, I'll give a 10. I think that's a 10 out of 10 signing. Max Aarons, I'll give him a 10 because I thought he'd been great at Leeds. Wow, I don't know, 7. Kluivert, a 6. I'm not that enthusiastic about it. Hamad Traore, I'm not too sure on him. Can't really rate him. This Milos Kerkez, a couple of big teams were in for him from around Europe. So I'm gonna. He's very highly rated at left back, so I'm gonna give that an 8.
Yes,
Radu, I think that's a great signing for a keeper, so I'll give that an 8. Tyler Adams, you can have him. Yeah.
I mean,
you can have him. I'd give that a 2.
So what would you say overall?
Overall, I'd give him an 8. An 8. They can have an 8.
I
really think they're doing great business.
I think 8 was 8. I think 8 is good for Bournemouth. They made the business. They've done the business they needed to after last year. They've not really lost many players, I would say, from last year. What was in the first team? They just improved on where they needed to.
Lerma. Faver's gone, by the way. He's already gone straight back out.
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah,
On
Fair's
loan?
gone straight
Who?
back out on loan to Lorient.
Lorient. Yeah, because he's only young. I'm pretty sure he's only like 19.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm gonna knock it one lower and say a 7. I do think it's a good window, definitely. But I think a 7 for me. I'm Hamad Traore. I'm pretty sure is the right back. I was actually interested in seeing if Liverpool would have anything for it. Just because rotation with Trent, but clearly not. Tyler Adams. What did he do at Leeds? To be honest, I don't think it's a great deal. Max Aaron's good, Alex Scott good, and Clivert is a 50-50 coin flip, right? He's either going to come out really good for 9.5 mil, or he's just going to be a bit of a dud. But yeah, Jake, I'm going to start off the next one. I don't even know who it is, and then we'll go to you. Oh, Brentford. They've had, for me, Brentford. I don't know about you, Jake. I just don't think. Oh, he's Cam. Who's the other right mid? Who's the right back? Tyler. I just don't know what Brentford's window looks like. It doesn't look like they've done masses. Did they need to do much? No. So I think it's a solidarity window, right? But they've held on to a fair few players, but haven't really signed anyone. I'll probably say for me, it's just a in the middle 5.
I would say a 4 compared to all the other teams around them. For where they finished in the league last year, they're not going to keep it up this year. They need the squad depth. You could see that last year. That's why they dropped off towards the end. They didn't have the squad depth. They started picking up injuries. Ray has now left. I don't think they've really replaced the good. They ain't really brought in a keeper that's good enough because Ray was outstanding for him last year. So honestly, I'd say a 4 with the signings they brought in. Because if you look at it, there's only probably one big name, and that's Nathan Collins, and that whole thing that's come in at centre back.
And Roman Beckham. But you never know what it's going to be.
But the thing is, he's still young. He's not really proven.
Yeah, you don't know how he's going to be.
But then again, he's probably going to be more in the under 21 squad, under 23 squad.
And then Jamie, what do you reckon on this? I mean, we won't spend too much time because it's a bit of a boring one.
I'm very unimpressed with them. I mean, that the Kevin Shade one, that's a loan turning into permanent anyway, so that shouldn't really be on there. The rest of them, I mean, it's very underwhelming. The keeper was only to replace Raya. Otherwise, what have they brought in? Nathan Collins. Yeah, a great centre back to bring in, but they haven't really done anything. I'm pretty unimpressed, to be honest.
You got to think,
I don't think I'd give it.
Ivan Toney's out for the next 8 months.
And it's stinky.
I think it's a stinky. Ivan Toney.
Yeah, do you know? They're about to replace him with a striker that can't score goals in Morpie on loan. That he can't score goals at Everton. So why would you bring in a striker that's not going to be able to score goals?
Yeah,
baffling, absolutely baffling. Sinister is in London having a medical loan with a £25 million obligation to buy. Stumbling block is Leeds want a ball player in exchange. That does it, but they don't want to drop into the Championship.
I can see them getting Schmeichel on a free contract with Flecken, just in case Flecken doesn't do as well. They've got Schmeichel, who's proven in the Premier League as well.
Yes, Schmeichel.
Another team Schmeichel could be linked to. Schmeichel. This is what I mean.
It's not a matter of time. He's free agent, so he can sign it.
That's what I mean. They could sign him at any point, and he could be the backup keeper, or replace Flecken and make Flecken a backup keeper. This is what I mean. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Right. And then, I'll ask you all this just because. But Salah or Luis Diaz? Just coming in from questions from the comments.
That's not even a question. It's Salah. Who's going to pick Luis? Who's going to pick Luis Diaz over Salah?
My answer to that is
I would. Since Salah came back from the Africa Cup of Nations, I'd pick Luis Diaz over Salah. Yeah, 100%.
My answer is Salah is a better player.
Prior to that,
Salah gets better output, but I think Diaz might have a better season than Salah this year if he stays fit. That's my answer to that question.
Well, because Salah's not going to be here, so it's easy enough to have a better season in the Premier League than someone that's not here.
Salah, as it is not going anywhere. Liverpool always.
Let's just move on to Brighton.
And then I've got one more question. I did have one more question. I've lost it. I think. Do we think Salah's going to leave? Well, these two think he's going to leave. I personally,
I think he will. I think when because he's Arabic as well. I think the Saudi league is just more enticing for him, and it promotes
Egyptian. But yeah,
but they speak Arabic.
All right. Anyway,
Same as
we
Saudi.
are about to cover the Brighton transfers, so including Ansu Fati. Jake, did you want to start this one off, or?
I'd say a solid 8 or 9. I think that with Ansu Fati, I think that's a brilliant signing. They brought Joel Piero, striker, in as well. Another good signing to bring in. But James Milner on 3. I think they've had a great window for how they did last season. I thought Brentford would be like Brighton with the transfers, but they haven't.
And the other one Leeds.
But I think Brighton have done a good business. I think they've done what they needed to do, and they've not really lost big names either.
I mean, Caicedo, McAllister.
Yeah, but they've lost these players, but they're not gone stupidly. But they brought players in what are going to do the same job.
Well, I'd say Brighton have done. Brighton have done exactly what you expect Brighton to do, right? They've come in a fair few times and just got all these players. They've sold off for the profit. They bought all these players who are going to turn. One or two of them is definitely going to turn out to be a world star in a few seasons.
That's what I mean.
For this season, ranking it on what they're going to do this season, I don't see the João Pedro hype. Might just be me. I don't think he's amazing.
Since he's left Watford are struggling to score goals.
Yeah, I know, but Championship. Let's just not forget that. But yeah, I think Ansu Fati is a great deal. Where will he play?
Amrabat has just signed his contract as a new Man United player.
Yeah.
Amrabat is a done deal.
Ansu Fati, I think Ansu Fati will play either down main striker or play down the wing, and then Mitoma will play on the right.
He's not playing. He's not playing striker. They have Ewan Ferguson, mate. They're not playing him as a striker. What? It's Ewan Ferguson, not Evan Ferguson, is it? It's Ewan, isn't it?
It's Evan.
I thought it was Ewan.
I thought it was Evan.
He's Irish, isn't he? That's why he's Irish, and it's Ewan. Is it Ewan?
Ferguson. Evan.
I thought it was Ewan Ferguson. Okay, you might be right. Well, yeah, they've got him. He's like 6'4" and runs like an absolute brick house.
Yeah,
it's Evan. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. They're not playing Fati at striker. They're playing him as a winger, inside winger. That's what they're playing him as. They're not having him a small little 5-foot child going ahead of Ferguson.
Yeah.
No way.
Firstly, a couple questions coming in. Apparently Mbappe's in, according to Fabrizio Romano. He's apparently in Liverpool. Don't believe that. Hello from Japan. What do we think of Endo? Well, for me,
Emerson.
Who?
Emerson.
Yeah. Emerson has scored to make it 2-0 for West Ham.
Offside.
For me, I'm very happy to see Endo
offside?
him.
Nope, it's come through.
Cannot complain at all. I think it's a good deal.
No, just Felix just gone up.
Very strong rotation player. And hopefully, he just really causes some solidarity for us. So yeah, that's my opinions on Endo.
I think it's going to be VAR.
Jamie, did you go over your? You did go over your. Did you go over Brighton? Did you give it a rating?
VAR.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
A 9 for this season.
I think the players they've brought in. I think players that they've brought in. Well, if you rated them last season, you wouldn't have given them anything good because you didn't know what the players were like. But look what they. Yeah, but we can't rate them on. I'm only rating on what they have done previously. No. But that's what they are doing. They gamble on what they did, and look how it worked. It's all true. I believe in all them other than João Pedro will be brilliant for him. I think personally.
So you agree with
me? I think every single one is a great signing, other than João Pedro.
You think
João Pedro could barely hit the net into the championship. He could barely hit the net in the championship. So
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
What he's going to do in the Premier League, I don't know. He's so overrated. See
you later, Neil.
I don't know what the hype is about him. He should have left. He got relegated.
Yeah.
He did leave.
No, not when they got relegated though. Right. Well, God.
He just signed from
got relegated.
Right.
He signed for under.
Yeah, but not the season they got relegated. Burnley. Now I won't lie to you. A lot of these players I actually hardly know. I know.
I think James Stafford. I think is a good keeper to get from Man City.
Yeah, Trafford's a good deal, I'd say.
But then again, I'd still say the window's a solid.
My
4 or 5.
opinion on this is it's a 6. It was going to be a 5, but the Nathan Redmond video was the best video of the entire.
Nah,
the announcement video.
I'd say 4 or 5. They've brought a lot of players in, but the problem is that's the issue again.
I'd give it a 5. Half of them I don't really know.
Like
and I'm pretty sure at least 4 of them have buyback clauses.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they're a bit stinky.
Like I say, 5 but 6 because Nathan Redmond's announcement video was the best video of the window.
Oh my god!
You did see it,
I
right?
don't think I've seen it.
No, I ain't seen it.
Oh my god, it's
All right, let's just move on. Let's just leave them.
All right.
Whose was the Barbie? I'm the Barbie girl one. Who did the?
Oh, that was
the Barbie.
That was Burnley as well.
Yeah.
That was the Ramsey one, wasn't it?
Right.
I've seen that one.
Now, I think now we go to the big. I think
the
one of the biggest
Redmond
windows.
one was the Brooklyn Nine-Nine one with the I Want It That Way.
Yeah.
See, I don't like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think it's the most boring. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, yes. No, yes. I was thinking The Office. No, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, yeah, I rate it. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
The Office is crap.
you know the I Want It That Way scene?
Yeah.
When they're doing the prison interrogation. Yeah, number 1, number 2, number 3, and they do a line each. He was line number 5.
Oh my god, I got really heated in that moment. I completely forgot about it.
Oh, all right. On to the, I would say, the busiest.
Go on, Wood Prowse? Oh my god, you've messed it up.
Did he hit the target?
No. He put it across box and whoever on the left side for him messed it up.
Let's talk about the busiest transfer window out of anyone in the Prem, spending a fuck ton of money.
But the problem,
Chelsea.
You can say they're spending a lot of money, but they've actually done it smartly. They're paying the deal over 6-7 years.
Look, we'll ignore the money apart from when it comes to the total value per player, and then take that into account when you're looking at them. For example, Caicedo being more than Declan Rice. Not that I don't think he's a good signing and it will be really good, but the price is very high, you know.
The price is stupid.
Ignore, you know, how they're paying it. That's just clever financial fair play business. The fact is they pay what they pay, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll start off with this one. I think it's a very good window. They've signed a lot of players and they have a lot of players for the future. And it can't not be good, you know, when you spend that much money and bring that many players in. The best signings, in my eyes, are Disasi, Nicholas Jackson, Nkunku, Caicedo, and I think Cole Palmer's going to be a very good one as well. Was Chukwuemeka signed in a different window and he's just come back?
Don't know.
Chukwuemeka is not on the list, but he's sort of just coming into the team as well, which is another one. But if you
no, they brought him in January last year.
Oh, right, it just didn't really break through until now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think he's another good signing. I think they're all really solid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm with you, Jordy. I think obviously all the other ones are unknown players, you know, pretty decent. I'd say Chelsea's window for me is an 8. I don't see the point in the Lavia signing. I mean, I get maybe their point, it's rotation, it's good. I don't get it from Lavia's point of view still.
No. The thing is, if you look at the midfield, they needed it.
No, they didn't.
They did. They sold half the midfield in the last year.
That's crazy to say that they needed.
The only DM was Enzo Fernandez.
They signed Caicedo.
Yes, that's 2 players.
Yeah,
you can't just have a 2 mid.
They play 2 midfielders.
Yes, but then what about the injuries? You've got Conor Gallagher as well.
Yeah,
they've literally got 4 midfielders. What are good midfielders?
They've got other players as well. Let me think. I'm trying to think of who their midfielders are.
They've sold Mount. They sold Kante. They sold Jorginho in January last year. They've sold someone else. They've needed to bring these players in to replace these players. They needed the midfielders. Lavia is another player was what they needed to bring in because they had squad depth. Most of their squad depth is no. All the players they mainly need midfielders.
Loftus-Cheek went as well, didn't he?
Loftus-Cheek went as well. That's what I mean. They sold a lot of the centre midfielders. So Pochettino's had to come in and buy new midfielders.
Well,
he's had to buy a whole new midfield.
He's got to do it. Name a player for Benedict Gravenberch.
So that's what I would say. Their window's a 9, a solid 9, because they brought the players they needed.
The only reason I'm going for an 8 is because of the amount of money that it's cost them. I do think people have, gone, oh, yeah, let's just make Chelsea pay a ridiculous amount. I think the players they've brought in are brilliant. But
the reason why it goes up as well.
Too many players in again, and I'm not so much talking about, Lavio and that stuff like that. I get exactly what your point is, Jake. And you know what? You've actually changed my mind because I thought they had a few more midfielders. I'm more talking about on the attacking sense. I think that Chelsea have just brought in too many attackers. And
they needed a striker as well.
Nkunku got injured and Chukwuemeka got injured as well. But the fact now that they've got
the reason why their window's better is because they've got rid of the dead weight as well. They brought these players. They've got a lot of money back in as well.
They've definitely done well on that. But I just think they brought so many players in again. I don't know how many of these have gone back out on loan. What they've been. But yeah. Oh, fuck you, Jake. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to do them. My camera's not set up for it. Oh, you can.
That's not my problem, mate.
Well, what would you say on Chelsea's transfer window, Jamie? On out of 10, what would you say? Ins and outs.
Personally, I think it is a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's more because I've been listening to TalkSport and I've heard the way they were getting around FFP with Sam and Jordan, the way he's explained it and all that stuff, and I've been able to listen to how they've gone about it and stuff, and I think what they're doing is great. Look at the players they're bringing in. They're bringing in these young players. Look at that Kendry Piaz. He's 15 years old. You know what I mean? You've got, I think, Nicholas Jackson. He looks very, very, very good. I know he's only
22 years old.
Very good. Yeah, he looks very good. I don't. Like I say,
a good centre back again.
I think like, you look at that Ugo Chukwu. He's looked good when he's come on. But Angelo, he's going to be a great. He's only 16, 17 years old. I think he's going to be a great signing. He's gone out on loan.
Look at
Hey. Like the players that they've brought in, I know they've brought in a lot, but I think they're setting up for the future.
And what is Pochettino is very good for setting up for the future. He's very good with young players. This is what I mean.
Yes.
He knows how to bring the best out of young players. This is why I said the Cole Palmer deal is good for him. He's going to a manager who knows how to bring the best out of young players. Pep Guardiola, Pep Guardiola is really good as well. But the problem is he's not getting that. He's not getting the Man City team when they've got the team they've got.
I actually hate Dortmund.
Why? Are they drawing 2-2?
They were winning 2-0, and they just got conceded in the 90th minute. Make it 2-0. And AC Milan are winning 2-0, but they're down to 10.
This is why I said, this is why I said Newcastle could still get out of their group. Dortmund don't look as good as they used to be in recent years.
Do you know what it is? That group, anybody could win it. Anybody could win that group.
Like
quite easily, anybody could win that group.
I
wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't put money on anybody in that group because I don't know who would come out of that group.
I think Dortmund will be the team will come out the bottom out of that group, in my opinion. I just don't think they have the team.
As if we've had one shot on target all game.
Who's that?
The West Ham Luton game. There's been one shot on target all game.
Yeah. It's crazy. Ross Barkley started as well.
Yeah. What a shithead.
Literally. Went from playing really well at Everton to go to Chelsea and do nothing.
Right. Come on, we need a left back, man. What are you doing, Leeds? We need a left back and a cam. A number 10. Could I have my bit?
I'm back.
Is Ginge coming back at any point?
I'm back.
Where's he getting lost again?
Sorry about that.
You got lost in the transition from doing sit-ups.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. I was just checking. I got.
No, thanks. I'll drink out the can.
Basically, Jamie gave it a 10. He basically said they've signed a lot of young players but look really good and promising. And with Pochettino being there, it's going to be a good. He's got a lot out of them.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the only reason I took it down on was price. I don't think they did anything wrong in terms of signings.
No.
Other than
they've even got rid of Kepa on loan.
Attackers. I do think they're facing that issue again.
Crystal Palace. I'd say 6.
6 for signing 3 players.
The problem is, though, like they don't really have the financial. It's like Burnley. If they don't really spend much money.
The one positive.
They've
lost Salah, but they managed to keep hold of Elise and Eze. I think that is the only big positive I can say from Crystal Palace's window.
They've got rid of a lot of the dead weight in that club. A lot of wages were reduced. The two big. They got the Corey as well. I'm pretty certain this year. They've got the Corey as well.
No, he was there last season.
Didn't he join in January?
Yeah, he was there last season.
I'm pretty certain. I don't know.
No, he's not a new signing. Because Liverpool were looking at signing him this year.
I see Henderson's a solid 9 out of 10.
Henderson's a good signing, especially as it replaces.
Lerma was a good player for Dortmund last year. I think
the players they brought in are good, but
that's why I said a solid 6. They've done better business than like Brentford at this point because they've brought 3 solid players in what they needed. Whereas Brentford ain't really brought. It brought one player in, Nathan Collins.
I'm interested, Jamie. What would you say Crystal Palace's window has been for them? Low-key, thank you for following.
I'm not that impressed with the.
No, Salah is not leaving. Carry on.
I'm not that impressed with their transfer religion. I'm more impressed with the players they've kept hold of.
That's what I just said. But that's part of the transfer.
That's the big no, because we're discussing ins and outs. We're not discussing who they've kept and who's left. We're discussing ins and outs. And
I think it's something to take into account, though.
I think the best thing I never got understood. He had all the tricks and all the flair, but he spent more time complaining and throwing himself around and asking for free kicks and stuff than anything. But he had the potential to be something special. Yeah, and I think they'll be a hell of a lot better without him. Yeah, so I think Dean Henderson's a great signing for him. I think that Matthias Frank is a great signing for him, and Jefferson Lerma is a great signing for him. I'd give him a 7. They'd be 7.5. I'd give them personally. You have to remember they're playing with limited money. So the money they've spent there is good money. They'd have to sell to buy for the rest. Do you know what I mean? So, and keeping Eze and Elise, they're great. They're great signings.
And another thing you have to put to it, they managed to keep Arsenal down to a 1-0. And how many teams have kept Arsenal down to 1-0?
Constanteo.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know that Francisco Constanteo? His dad is the Porto manager. He came out of the Porto and they sold him to Ajax, and now he's just gone back on loan to his dad. He also has a brother that plays for Amadora or something. I think there's actually 4 of them. I'm
sure
there's the dad, and then there's three of them. They're all 3 of them are football players. That Francisco is the youngest. I think one of them's 22 maybe, and plays for.
Yo, Caden,
Amadora,
thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow, Caden. Love. How are you doing, my friend? And who? Just out of interest, who do you support? That needs to be on top.
Everton, I'd say 4.
Sorry, just to say,
absolutely fucking shambles.
Just to say, Crystal Palace, I give a 6. And I also would say, if they had to sell Elise or Eze, I think they would have signed more players in and done some good work as well.
No, they'd have had to. Yeah. Altrincham. Ooh.
But Everton, I'd say 4. Sorry, it's just absolutely shocking business from them. They barely stayed up last year, and they're barely bringing any players in. They can't even attract players anymore, in my opinion.
Well, what I will say is, Jamie knows this all too well. They're lucky enough to be spending what they've spent. Because Everton, FFP, and well, you both know this as relegated sides that Everton should probably have gone down.
I'm surprised. FSP haven't done anything this season to deduct points off them or anything like that. They are literally surviving on threads right now.
But yeah. Oh, that's a big message. I can't read that. Jake, can you read that and respond? Because I've lost my phone.
I was playing Football Manager on my PC when I was off the Manchester United. I knew it was a poor squad with nobody, just so I declined the offer. Then put the telephone down and returned to Football Manager. I love the fact that you were playing Football Manager, but the joke wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
I liked it. He brought Manchester.
But it's Man United, so let's all laugh at Man United.
Let's all just laugh at United.
The Toffees, I think that they need a lot of help and to pray to God that they can do something this season. I think.
I hope they get relegated. I genuinely can't.
I think they are. I think them and Luton are down.
Do you know what?
But that's just me being a sour grape.
I don't think their windows.
It has. I mean, Beto looks all right. Jack Harrison. I would say I've no because this is coming from a Leeds fan as well. I have a couple of Everton mates, Everton fans that I work with and stuff. And I've said Jack Harrison, as much as I love him, he can go. He'll have 1 or 2 games where he's absolutely awesome. Then he'll have a game patch of 3 where he won't do runs, he won't track, he can't pass the ball. His crosses go out for throwing. He's just the most pointless player on the pitch.
This is why I'm happy we didn't buy him in January last year. As much as we needed a winger, I'm just happy we didn't actually.
Bella Koch up to PSV, loan deal from Southampton. PSV, yeah.
They must have done that to keep him away from Bayern Munich, because I saw he was linked with Bayern Munich earlier today, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was, but they've just got the money off Forest off that Sangaré. So it'll probably be a loan with an obligation to buy it.
So, see, I would have liked to have seen us go for Bella Koch. Can't lie, but I will say he.
Yeah, I think it'd been a good signing.
He did also ghost. What's up with Gravenberch? Done. Signed. Completed. 45 million, including add-ons. Don't know his contract, obviously, but he's done. It's done. Everything signed. Confirmed by the club. He is in the Liverpool midfield. And yeah,
a bit of 200 million has been accepted for Salah.
Liar. You know, I'm literally just
so half up and down. You don't believe me.
I don't believe.
I'd laugh
so much.
I'd laugh to just come through on Sky Sports now. Breaking news.
That is not going anywhere. Right, let's
and
talk about.
Just like, no.
Let's talk about this Fulham transfer window, because I don't think it's too bad.
I think it's 7.
I think that is exactly the number that was in my head. I was going to come to it at the end. Calvin Bassey, great signing in my opinion. Top quality player.
Oh my god.
Oh, West Ham, Luton.
Don't just went around the keeper got tackled. Yeah. He got around the keeper, but too heavy a touch.
I mean, it might just be a bit early, Jordy. That's why he's not playing just yet. Raul Jimenez almost scored an absolute beauty against Wolves. Not Wolves, Arsenal. Sorry. Has he got a chance of being good? Maybe. 5 million. It's not the end of the world, right? If he doesn't work out massively.
Jimenez.
Yeah. Adama Traore on a free is good. If that man had any products, he'd be worth 40 million minimum, you know. So you never know. If he hits a bit of goal scoring form, it could be really good. And then Castagna. Jake, I'll let you talk about Castagna. I'll say it at 7.
The only thing is, I don't see why they got him. They still got Tete at right back. I still see Castagna being I see him being a backup, but then again, he can also play left back. Yeah. He can play both sides. He can play right wing. Like, this is the thing. He offers that versatile what Fulham would need, because they've lost. They didn't keep Willian, I don't believe. So they could be playing him as a right wing. We don't know. I don't really know.
They got rid of Willian and then he came back.
Did he come back?
Yeah, he came back in the end, didn't he?
I don't think he did. I thought he signed for Forest. No,
he's not on their outgoings. I'm pretty sure he left.
He must have signed a new contract.
Yeah, I think he left.
But yeah, no. Honestly, I think that's better business for Leicester than Fulham. I think 15 million for a right back. Well, he wasn't even playing for us anyway. Is good business for us.
They also signed all these players for less than the value of Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Which
means to make a lot.
I think it's stinky.
Do you?
I think it's stinky.
Not even Bassey.
So who that Calvin Bassey? I don't understand what the hype is about him. He played him for Rangers. He paid for a subpar Rangers, got sold to Ajax for 24 million, and then after one season they were happy to lose 6 million on him. You tell me how that works. That's stinky to me. They clearly didn't see anything in him. At Ajax, he's that stinky as hell. Adama Traore, he's just pace. He's nothing else. He's pace. He's a poor man.
Wait, a poor man too.
Saint Maximin.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Oh,
He's
no,
what Adama Traore is. He runs and then
I'm gonna disagree.
what does he do? He can't do anything. No, he doesn't do anything.
No, I will agree that his end product is not good. But to say that he is
awful.
No, to say that he is comparing him to St. Maximin is wrong. Also, we're talking about, you do realise what they've done. They signed Adama Traore and Raul Jimenez. Now, a few seasons ago, these two were setting the league on fire. And you never know.
Again. A few seasons ago, Raul Jimenez hasn't been the same since he got knocked the fuck out.
If for
the same
combined total,
so that is
for a combined total of 5.5 million for the two of them, I do not think it is the worst punt in the world.
No, but I still think it's a stinky transfer window. For the money they got for Mitrovic, that's a stinker. Them 5 transfers there. Steven Bender, that'll be a youth player, I'd assume. I hope it would be. But the best transfer there is Castagna. The best transfer there is Castagna. That's the best transfer for me. Calvin Bassey. There's something fishy that he's come from Rangers, right? Well, to Ajax, had one season at Ajax, and Ajax are happy to lose money on him. When did Ajax lose money on players? They don't lose money on players. They make a butt ton on players. You tell me there's something wrong with that player if Ajax are happy to lose 6 million on him in one season. It's stinky to me. It's a stinky transfer window. For the money they've got for Mitrovic, what did they get? 45 was it? Or 65?
Yeah. 45, I believe.
45. Stinky as they haven't even spent that money. Plus the money that they should have been able to spend anyway. Look what they spent, 15. Let's round that up to 20. They've spent the Mitrovic money and that's it. That's all they've spent.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what I mean? If I'm a Fulham fan, I'm peeved with the transfer window I've had.
Yeah. Right.
The Cole Palmer deal took Bowley overspending over 1 billion in basically in free transfer.
Yeah, but with what they've been buying, they're set up with a lot of that youth that they've brought in and then loaned out and stuff.
Yeah, and bear in mind,
set up for a long
squad set
time
until 2030.
Well, it looks like PSG having no outgoings today, man.
PSG.
Striker, the striker's staying. He will stay at PSG. Won't go to West Ham or Crystal Palace.
Oh, I honestly.
According to reports in France.
I thought you were talking about Mbappe.
No. The young striker.
Yeah, you're talking about a striker from PSG, yeah. The Etike.
Yeah.
Etike.
Yeah. I don't think Salah's going anywhere. Anyway, I'll let you two start off on Liverpool, and then obviously I'll come and shout at you for anything horrible that you say about our amazing window. Obviously, this list has Gravenberch added to it for £45 million.
I'd say 8.
Deal.
I'd say 8. I still think you need a right back because I just don't think Trent is. I think Trent's more should be going to the midfield, in my opinion. I think Trent would do a lot more for you in the centre mid than a right back. So Newcastle, who is lucky to not even get that second yellow card, you can see him he's sloppy at defending. And the only way, if you got a right back in, I think you'd have a centre in the transfer window.
Jamie?
See, for me, I still think you need Liverpool to Gravenberch to Liverpool official statement is coming. I still think you need a centre back and a right back personally. Personally, that's what I think you need. And for me, I'd give you a. Personally, I think it's a 7. Personally, and these are my reasons why. Because I understand they think, and it was time for him to move on, but Roberto Firmino is a massive loss, personally, I think, for you guys. The rest of the players, I don't think there's no loss there. Fabinho's come to the end. Henderson's come to the end. Endo, I said to you earlier, I don't, for the money that you spent on him, it's well worth it, but I still don't think he's that if he was meant to come in to play the Fabinho role, he's not anywhere near Fabinho's role, even when he was declining last season. Maka, absolute steal for that money. Sobo, good money, young, exciting. Look forward to seeing what he can do. Gravenberch, I love. I think personally for me, it's a toss up between Maka and Gravenberch for my signing of the season. Well, Liverpool signing of the season. Like Jake said, I still think you need a right. For me personally, I'd bring Trent into midfield, and I'd got a right back instead. I still think you need a centre back. You agree? I know you agree. You think you need a left-sided centre back specifically, and I totally agree. You do. I'm pretty appalled that you've only brought in Gravenberch, especially when you've gone from wanting almost spending 115 million to then go and spend after 16 million plus 45 million. So where's your other 55 million to spend that you were going to spend on Caicedo?
Okay.
Where's the other 55 million? That's surely that's a right back and a centre back.
I'm ready to talk now. Okay. So I agree massively. Liverpool's midfield. I'm happy with the rebuild. I say the midfield rebuild is a 9. The one thing I would have liked to have seen is maybe us go for a top CDM. The fact today when I saw us going for Gravenberch and the fact that I seen João Paulinho potentially going the other way, I'm just sat there thinking the entire time, why have we not just gone for João Paulinho as well? Or gone for him in the first place? If he was an option on the table, I think it was one of the best options that we could have gone for. But that's that. So I'd say a 9 out of 10 when it comes to midfield. Transfer window as a whole did not need an attacker. No way did we need an attacker. So not fussed about that. We've got midfielders who can push forward on the attack now with support of McAllister and Gravenberch. That is what we really needed. Centre back, absolutely needed one. If not a out and out centre back, a bit of a left centre back / left back. Hincape, I've mentioned a few times, had to be a sort of sign that we sort of looked at and explored a little bit more. Maybe we will. There's still an hour and a half of play. You never know what's going to be happening in that time. Could have been things going on in the background, but I think the time that Gravenberch has taken seems like it probably will not happen at this point. But I'd love it to.
Nice make a late offer to Spurs for Hugo Lloris.
He might go there. Right back, yes, I'd like to see us sign a right back, but I think out of the priorities, it would have to have gone midfield, complete rebuild, centre back, right back. So we've done the midfield, complete rebuild. Will we get centre back? I don't know. Right back probably won't happen. Overall, I agree with Jamie. 7 on the overall window. But you know what it is. And on your point, Jamie, about 115 million for Caicedo. Now, I don't think that was ever going to happen. I think when we put that in, we knew he was going Chelsea. Everyone knew he was going Chelsea.
I agree. I totally agree on that. I just think, well, from a fan's point of view, if I'm a Liverpool fan, if I'm you, I'm turning around and I'm saying, all right, fair enough, you're putting players in a position, but where's the rest of the money?
And we're getting around to that. So, Caicedo, I think it was part of a plan to get Chelsea to get away from Lavia for a moment, because they came in and bidded the night before Chelsea bidded for Lavia. Then out of nowhere, we bidded for Caicedo. 150.
That worked, didn't it?
Don't think it worked at all, obviously. I think that was something they were trying to do. Then, what was the bid that we put in for Lavia that got accepted? 60 million. 60 million was accepted for Lavia. That is someone that we did want. I think that's realistically the maximum that we were always willing to pay. And then if you combine Gravenberch and Endo together, that is 60 million.
I totally agree with that, but I'm sat there thinking, if I'm your fan,
are we owed another 60 million pound player? Maybe. And like we said, we won't be able to tell until the window shuts in an hour and a half, right? For all we know, you could see Hincape to Liverpool. Agreement done. Player wants move in the next hour. 60 million pounds. You just don't know. But right now, it's not looking like that's going to happen. I imagine we'll find out when that club statement comes through, right? That'll be it. Yeah. That'll be it. Is there more to come? Maybe, maybe not. You'll find out with that. But yeah.
There's no update on Salah at the minute.
No, Salah's not going. It's just not happening. I don't know how many times, like, as a Liverpool fan following it, it is literally Salah is staying. We're not going to be able to sign anyone to replace him. If Salah was to go, would it be a halfway through the season thing? Maybe, if they came at the start of the window. If not, it'll be next season. It won't happen this season. Club's been very clear on that. Arsenal trying for anyone else? Not so far that I've seen. Yeah, I don't think Arsenal have really gone for anything anymore.
I said it wasn't going in for anyone today.
Gravenberch is a done deal, Carl. Gravenberch is signed for Liverpool officially. How Liverpool are manager might mess up with because of so many good players. Yeah, we do have a good abundance of midfield talent now, I'd say. But to me, it'll probably be the 3 big, expensive new boys starting them, and we'll see how we do defensively, right? Bella Kotchop is gone to PSV. Right. I've just done a lot of talking. Luton Town. Have they done a good window? Tim Krul. I think he's a good signing. Chong. Nah.
Can I go first?
Ross Barkley.
Yeah.
Go on, go.
Because I understand what they've done. I'd say it's a 10 out of 10 window for them. Because I've spoke to you about this before. I think it's a 10 out of 10. Not out of the whole league, but a 10 out of 10 for them. Because what they have done is, you look at every single player there. Do you notice any? Do you recognise too many of the names? Do too many of the names stand out as, oh yeah, they're going to light up the Premier League? No, do they balls? Them players are designed to bring them in because they know they're getting relegated. They're going to take them back down, and then they stand it in a better position to come straight back up and then build from there. That is what they've done, and I think it's brilliant of them, because why buy a load of players that are going to want relegation release clauses and lose a load of money and all that crap? Why not set up your team to give it a go? They'll give it a go. If they stay up, it's a better bonus for them. But they've set it up and bought the players in that will destroy the championship when they go back down. I guarantee you, at least 90% of the players that they bring in this summer and in January.
Zuma just scored from a corner. James Ward-Prowse assist.
Oh, that was one of the bets. It was a James Ward-Prowse assist.
Yeah.
God's sake.
Yeah,
you can be off this now.
Cancelo and Felix have signed for Barcelona. Gravenberch done for Liverpool. Amrabat done for Manchester United. And Bella Kotchop's gone to PSV. They're the main headlines for the last few hours. Yeah. Jake, you got anything to add on what Jamie said for Luton, or should we move on?
No, because I agree with Jamie. They've done what they could have. They think they could go straight back down, which you already know they are going to go back. They already know, but they've brought players in what are going to make them fight to come back up next year.
Okay. I have one.
The impressive thing is with the money that they've got, they've gone.
One question I'm going to ask both of you is before we move on: do you think that Luton will do worse than that infamous Derby season?
I want to say yes, but then again, football, you never know what's going to happen. This is different.
I'm saying yes on the basis that the Premier League nowadays compared to when Derby was there. When Derby was there, it was a lot closer. The top four were in a league of their own, and then it was the rest of the Premier League. Yeah. Nowadays, it's. I mean, look at last season. Wasn't even the top 4. Anyone from 12 could have got relegated up until a certain point. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's that tight, and the teams are that good nowadays. So personally, I think they're in a hell of a lot harder situation, especially for the team they are. I don't think it's more than 11.
Penalty.
Hey, we've got a penalty.
Wait, we've got a penalty or goal kick. Which one is it?
All right. Well, Jake's giving us fake news. I'll go with Man City. In my opinion, this window for Manchester City is a 10. I think you look at Manchester City, you think, my God, how do they make this team better? And every single window, Pep seems to find a way.
Goal kick.
Kovacic.
Can I just say that is what an awesome name that is?
Who?
Come on, there's one name on there that stands out from the rest. What an awesome name that is. What?
Spike Brits.
Spike Brits?
Yeah, I didn't
what
see
a name.
I was going to say Doku's quite cool as well. Yeah, Gravenberch been announced. Oh, actually, let's see if Rich goes tweeted about the announcement quickly, and then we'll get into City. Fuck off, puzzle game. Okay.
Former Fuller owner just passed away at age 94.
Who?
Former Fuller owner Mohammed Al Fayed. just passed away at age 94.
Isn't that the guy? Isn't that the guy that built the Michael Jackson statue outside Fulham, outside Craven Cottage?
I believe so.
Yeah. Audrey
Not too
Zola,
sure.
by the way, has gone from Real Madrid to Real Sociedad. Anyway, yeah, there's nothing on Twitter yet from Fabrizio about Gravenberch, although it has been announced. I did see a notification come up. Yeah, for me, this window, as I was saying, is a 10 out of 10 for City.
It's officially Ryan Gravenberch is officially been done. Officially.
Officially. I mean, yeah, it was done, but yeah,
It's been official, like it's officially been announced. No,
yeah,
officially.
So, no news on Mbappe. He's not going anywhere, as far as I'm aware. Doku, great signing. Gravadiol, perfect left side of what John Stones is.
You know what? If Doku didn't come in,
right.
Cole Palmer doesn't leave. But I think with Doku coming in, Cole Palmer sees his chances slimmer.
I
think that's another reason why Cole Palmer left.
I think Kovacic is one of the best replacements for Gundogan. He's not as good as Gundogan, but
I think that's the best they're going to get.
The next best you're going to get replacement is him. Eric, thank you for the follow. Mateus Nunes as well, out of nowhere, great signing as well, in my opinion. So yeah, for me, it's a 10. Jake or Jamie, take it away.
I agree, 9 or 10. Just don't do business to need to. They brought a defender in. Now goes as well. They got rid of players you didn't think they'll get rid of, like Laporte, Mahrez. You didn't think they was going to leave, but they ended up going to Saudi. But it just, honestly, I think a good window for them in general. With the likes of losing Gundogan, brought in replacement. I remember brought in Nunes as well, another replacement. But I think they've just got a squad there. They're going to win the league again. It's simple as that.
Well, I think they're going to win the league before the signings, right? Liverpool have signed Gravenberch officially.
Yeah, I don't see a team.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Arsenal and Liverpool.
I honestly.
I think the top two is just going to be set in stone.
I honestly, I don't know. It depends how well this Liverpool midfield gels.
But then again, it's the defense. It's just your defense. That's the issue.
Yeah, but
you can score. You can outscore teams, but the problem is when you play the bigger teams, they're just going to score goals. But then the thing is, you're not going to break down their defense.
I'm not going to say
they'll break your defense more.
I'm saying we could catch Arsenal.
You can catch Arsenal, but I think the top two is. I think City will be clear, but I think it's going to be Arsenal, Man City. With how Arsenal started the season, I don't see Arsenal get catching up to Man City, but I see them being basically second.
Yeah.
Who like they've made the signings they needed to make from last year. Yes, everyone said they had a fluke last year, but it's not a fluke if they've made these signings and they're going to make themselves look better this year anyway.
Yeah. Jamie, do you want to talk now, or are your duties up?
No, I can talk. I think it's a I think it's a great transfer. I think it's 10 out of 10 for him. Like, again, how do you improve on what you already have? I think Mateus Nunes is a great signing for him to sort of replace De Bruyne when he's injured and possibly play as his backup. Kovacic for Gundogan, I know it's a different type of player, but it's that experience that they've brought in. Gravadol, it's a great signing. I think he's been a bit shaky on his first couple of games, but I think
it's adjustment, isn't it?
He grows into that, and he's going to be awesome. And Jeremy Doku, he's quick and he's skillful. Yeah. He's going to be good. He's going to be really good. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. I think. Do you know what? And I know we were saying before about you can't. We're not on about players they've kept, but I think a massive player for them to keep is Bernardo Silva. I think that's a massive player to keep.
Yeah, and they were never really going to let him go, even though all the rumours were in, right?
Yeah.
Right, obviously this Manchester United list has got Amrabat added to it. I don't know what the fee is for Amrabat. Is it? We don't need. No, it's a loan. Loan with an option. Loan up with option. Do we know what the option is? Oh, here we go. Oh, just quickly. Official confirmed.
Oh my God, Luton just scored. 2-1.
Who?
Luton. Who scored? Show me the back of the player, bro.
Oh, can I just say, my God, doesn't he look good? Gravenberch, number 38.
Why is he on a wheel? Is that a wheelchair he's sat on?
No, it's a bike.
Why is he in a wheelchair?
It's a bike. It's a
It looks like a
It's a
wheelchair.
I get
I
where
mean-
you're coming from, but it's a fitness bike. You can see a little bit up
fitness
here.
bike.
What? That's a bit rushed. That's so bad. That's such a bad. They've just forgotten. Here, get in the gym and sit on that. That's all they've done. Get in the gym and sit on
Literally.
that.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they probably took it midway through his medical, didn't they?
Probably.
Well, it looks like it because
But yeah, I think the kit suits him. I have to say, just my opinion, but yeah, I think that kit suits him well.
Well, he's gone from a red kit to a. What's the difference?
kit,
It goes
yeah.
from a red kit to a red kit.
It's the white. It's the white that's the difference.
I mean, you have white in their kit as well.
Bayern's has white.
Yeah, it's the red and white like Ajax though. It's closer.
What you think it's red and white?
I just said he looks
What's
good
he
in
on
it.
about?
I just said he looks good in it. That's it.
You went like Ajax.
Listen, go
You went
kick
like
him in the
Ajax.
He looked good in the Ajax kit as well.
Let's just move on to Manchester.
Manchester United. Go on, David. Do you want to start it off?
Crap, more crap, overspent crap. 1 out of 10.
Oh no, right. I can agree with everything you said there, apart from Onana. Now do it properly. Now do it properly.
I'm serious.
Right, Mason Mount. So
Right.
overhyped as hell.
No, he's not. No, I don't actually
Chelsea
think.
have stole
I don't
stole
actually think he's overhyped.
60 million pound off United there.
Yeah, that's a steal.
No,
from
he is.
Chelsea.
He's poor. Onana, you're saying be realistic about Onana. I'm sorry, but did you see the state of his goalkeeping the other day? Johnny Evans, I mean, okay, that shows where Man United are. Hojlund, I can't tell, but 72 million for a player that didn't score that many goals last year in Serie A. The goalkeeper, that Alte Bayinde, don't know too much about. I think personally for me, the Regulon one is a great signing. It's one of the best signings there because I don't know much about Hojlund. I mean, I suppose Onana is an upgrade on De Gea.
You've got
Amrabat,
Amrabat.
I don't know much about Amrabat. I don't think he's going to be that great, personally.
You've got Amrabat as well.
I don't think he's going to be that great, personally. Never sign players off the back of World Cups. Never. And that's what they're doing.
The back of the World Cup, we are half a season over.
Yeah, but it's just delayed. That's all it is. All they've done is delayed to the summer. That's all. Because nobody really wanted to buy do players in January.
Oh, apart from Chelsea.
Is VAR checking that?
Jake,
Is VAR going to check that?
All right, Jake, go silent while you're up there. I'll say my views on Manchester United transfer window. Onana, an upgrade, absolutely on De Gea. I don't think it's a bad signing. Amrabat, we shall see. He'll either be great or he'll be a bit shit. So I'll put that 1 out of 5. Højlund, I think he has got enormous potential to flop. Absolutely massively huge potential to flop. For 72 million, it just screams a bit of Martial vibes. Mount isn't even worth talking about. Johnny Evans is a free, so that's the best signing they've done. And Reguilon is laughable and will be honestly shambolic. I think Man U's window overall, I'll give him a 4, personally. Jake?
Yo.
Yeah. What's happening with VAR, quickly?
So, James Ward-Prowse has jumped up. He's got his arms like this. It's hit his arm, and the check's gone over. It's not going a penalty, which I don't see how it's not. He's jumped up with his arms up.
Yeah, but Jake, can we remember this from Nicholas Jackson?
Honestly, how is the VAR not giving that as a handball? He's jumped up. His arms are like this, and it's hit his arm. Hit his arm there, and they're not giving anything.
Anyways, Jake, go on. Your Manchester United thoughts?
I think a 7.
7?
I think the striker, he's still young. You don't know what he's going to do. I think the left back is a good signing. I'm saying we don't know what he's going to be like.
Yeah, but how can you give him a top rating if you don't know what he's going to be like?
I'm not giving him a top rating. That's why I'm saying a 7.
All right, okay.
Because they brought a striker they needed. He's a tall striker. He's worked hard. Yes, but the thing is, he could score the goals. He's going to do more than Martial for him. Come on, let's be honest. I think...
Isn't this exactly what we said about Martial? We don't know what he's going to bring. He's a young striker, could score goals.
Martial did score goals, but then I don't know what happened. He just
fell off.
Mount, they got scammed for. Onana, I think they should have kept De Gea, in my opinion. Onana looks awful in
Really?
the first couple of games. How can you have a keeper who gets chipped in pre-season?
I mean, I wouldn't read anything into preseason at all.
He got chipped from the halfway line. I'm sorry. If a keeper's getting chipped from that range, even in a pre-season game, he looked shaky against Forest. He looked shaky against Wolves.
He saved him against Wolves. No, he saved him against Wolves. Yes, okay, he made a big mistake.
He still looked shaky though. He didn't look very confident. If they had De Gea, I don't see him conceding as many goals as they've conceded.
I don't think so.
Already. I think De Gea is a better shot stopper. It's just because Onana's better with the ball. That's the reason they brought Onana in.
Right. Go on, Jake. Go back to back. Newcastle.
10 out of 10, in my opinion.
10?
Yeah.
You sure?
How could you not say it's a 10?
I think they needed to sign a centre-back. Personally. Botman.
Lewis Hall can play left-back and centre-back. You've got to think about that.
No, because Botman, great. When Botman, look at Liverpool, right? Liverpool-Newcastle game, I think it showed it all. As soon as Botman went off, he was done.
But then Botman was at fault for the 2 goals against.
No, the first. He was off for the second.
And second.
No, he was off for the second.
No, it was still on for the second.
No, that was Dan Burn in the middle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or whoever.
It was Dan Burn, who was about 3 yards behind.
They've signed a world-class centre mid from AC Milan.
Yep, that's a great signing.
They've now drawn in the Champions League, which is going to be amazing. They've brought a quality right back into when Trippier leaves. A young potential. They've brought a Harvey Barnes, a winger. You know he's going to get you 10 plus goals, 10 plus assists in a season. Simple as that.
I mean, the only reason I say 9, 10 is a perfect transfer window. And I think a perfect transfer window would have seen.
They've got rid of the dead weight they didn't need. Like they've got money back for St. Maximin.
We're not talking about people going out. We're talking about people coming in.
No, I'd say a 10 in my opinion.
Yeah. Jamie?
Do you know what it is? I think it's a 10.
You think? Perfect. Couldn't do anything more.
We'll get around to it, but nope.
You think that who have they
do you know what it is?
Botman.
I'd only say. Is
it Shaw or is it?
Yes, I'd only say now maybe because of that problem that Lachelle's had.
I'm on for British
with the fight and stuff like that. But other than that, I think it's a great sign. Harvey Barnes is a brilliant, amazing signing for him. I
think everything they've done is brilliant.
Tonali, the fact that they've been able to bring in Tonali is amazing.
Yeah,
I think Livramento is a quality signing for the now and for the future. And Lewis Hall, same, because that's a loan turning into obligation to buy for 35 million, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it's
25.
It's ace.
I thought it was 25.
35, I think. No, it's 35, I think.
Oh, fair enough.
Come here then.
Yeah, I just think personally, for me, a 10 is. I don't see another signing that they could have bought in would improve the team. That's why I gave City a 10. I don't see a signing that they could bring in that would have improved the team. Newcastle, if they splashed another 50 million on a top quality centre back, it would improve the team.
The thing you've also
they're
trying not to break financial fair play.
I know they're not breaking. They're not going to break financial fair play.
So they'd have had to sell to buy.
Yeah.
Okay. They could have sold.
And who are you selling out that? Like who are you going to sell to get 50 million?
They've already sold the players they've already needed to get rid of.
Sell on Shaw or thingy. What's his name? The other
Shaw's not going for 50 million.
Shaw,
but then you need to buy 2 centre backs. Like if you look at it,
they don't need another centre back for debt. They just need a better centre back, in my opinion.
The thing is, if you look at it, they got what 15 million from Chris Wood. They got 23 million from St. Maximin. They've released players. They've sent people out on loan. They've not really got money back in for the players they brought as well. This is what I mean. They've spent more than they've got back. So they couldn't spend any more money unless they sold someone at their team now, which I don't see them doing. Because Newcastle want to build on the team they've got, not sell someone and then bring someone else in.
So how on earth are they ever going to build on a team if they can't do it by selling anyone?
It's because at the minute they're not established as a top 16. Give it a couple.
That's crazy. They are a top 16 now.
Yeah, but they haven't got the money. You've got to think about it. They've got to have more money coming in than out before they can start spending millions and millions and millions like Manchester United. Manchester United get a lot more money. They don't have. Yes, Southampton. Yes, they have a big stadium. They have a big this, but it's about the fans as well. They don't have a big fan base like Liverpool and Man U. They get a lot of money back in from shirt sales, but Newcastle won't.
What?
Newcastle
dominate the North above like. Newcastle have a big fan base. They do have a big fan base.
Yeah, but
they're a one-club city.
Yes, they might be a one-club city. It's about the fan base and the money they're getting back in.
Anyway, they don't give money.
Don't start with a one-club city. It's about one-club city crap. Give over.
They are a one-club city.
Yeah, but give over doesn't mean crap.
No, it means they have a decent-sized fan base.
Okay.
It does mean they have a decent-sized fan base. That's my point.
But you generally find that the cities that have more teams, i.e. Liverpool, is a bigger city than Newcastle anyway. And the majority of Liverpool support Liverpool over Everton anyway.
Hang on, I'm not going to sit there and say Newcastle are on the same level as Liverpool. I'd say Newcastle are just below where Aston Villa are. But that is still a very large fan base.
I'd say Newcastle have bigger fan base than Villa.
Oof. It's close. Anyways, Jamie, go on. Kick us off with Nottingham Forest.
I'm going to give it a 2.
A 2?
2.
When you were on about Callum Hudson-Odoi being an absolute steal for $5 million.
I'm giving it a 2. I'm giving it a 2. No, I'm giving it a 2 on the basis. Yeah, you cannot go. Both look at the amount of players since they've come to the Premier League. How many players have signed? What, 40? That's a whole club worth of players they've signed. And that is ridiculous. You're building. Yeah, but they're building for the future. Look at the players that they've brought in.
Players they've got rid of.
First team starter.
The thing is,
they're not championship players. Look at the players that none of them players are the players that they brought in last season.
Other than Lingard,
there might be 1 or 2 loans. There might be 1 or 2 1 or 2 loans, but the rest of them brought in last season. Yeah, released. They brought in 24 players last season.
Yeah.
I'm saying 20 of them are still there. You can't. What are they going to do when they get to next season? Bring in another 15 players.
Hang on.
The players that they're bringing in, they're just scrambled. He's on the transfer list. Yeah, we'll have him. He's free. They're trying to get rid of him. We'll have him. Oh yeah, we'll take our pick and we'll take him as well. I don't. It's just scattergun.
Go on, Jake. I'll hear your views and then I'll give mine. All right, I'll go first. MIA.
They're wanting depth. They're wanting for depth, but why do they need depth?
I'm not talking about depth here. I'm focusing on not these little. I'm looking at the big ones. Matt Turner coming in from Arsenal, not bad in my opinion. I wouldn't say it's a 2 or 1. I'd say it's a 5. He's a decent keeper. Had good coaching.
But if you're looking at that, they could have spent the extra 10 million and got Dean Henderson, who's a 10 times better keeper.
Well, yeah, but if it wasn't,
I agree, Jamie. Their transfer window's not been the best.
I didn't say it's been the best, but I'm just saying it's not.
I'll say a 3. I'll say a 3.
I'll go higher. I'd say it's a 5.
Nah, they look scrambled.
Nah, 200 million minimum for Salah. Hudson-Odoi, it could be good, it could be bad, right? You're forgetting one person that's on this list, and it maybe takes it up to a 10. Divock Origi, great signing. No, but it is a good signing. It doesn't take it to 10. That's silly, of course. But Divock Origi is a good signing. He is a good player to get. Elanga, good signing.
The only thing I'm seeing in this list, Hudson-Odoi, yes, he can do bits. Nuno Tavares had a good season last year at Marseille. The thing is, he's not getting that Arsenal team.
Yeah, but that's because they got Zinchenko and Tit.
So let's say he has a good season. Arsenal they don't activate that clause, and Arsenal say, okay, he's good enough to play for us. It's just benefiting Arsenal, in my opinion.
Well, but Forest are doing it to stay up as well.
They're gonna be fighting no matter what, because like Jamie said, they've brought 40-odd players in, and none of them they've kept not. I probably wouldn't say they've kept 20. They've say about 16, 17. and the rest they got rid of. In my opinion, they don't know what they're doing with the business. They're just buying anybody who they can and hoping for the best. At this point, Steve Cooper is hoping for the best for Forest. He's not planned anything. Because a week ago, I was talking to my mate who's a Forest fan. They literally only had 3 players brought in. Chris Wood, I'm sorry, but 15 million for Chris Wood is not good enough. If anything, Newcastle's benefit off that. Newcastle's benefit off Chris Wood. Not Forest. He scored 1 goal for him last season in the 6 months he was there. So in my opinion, Forest is a 3 out of 10. It's a poor window in general. They're going to lose Brendan Johnson. They're bringing Origi in because clearly Chris Wood isn't going to be good enough. So they've had to bring another striker in. Well, it's just absolutely shambles from Forest, in my opinion. Right, transfer news. What's going on? An hour left of the window. Salah going? Maybe. Possibility. What is going on? Anyone in Twitch got a question or... Let me have a look at TikTok. I don't want to have a monitor.
Is he asleep now?
Huh?
I was just talking to the missus. She's just come back from. She's going to come to say goodnight to people. She's knackered and she's going to bed and she wanted her phone for a second. There you go. I need it back. Excuse me, you've taken my mouse. Thank you. Right. Where were we at, Jake? Did you finish up?
Yeah, I basically finished up.
Okay. I want to sort of get through these a little bit quicker because we've got our team of the seasons to cover off before the little bit of close of deadline day. So just quickly, Sheffield United. Jamie's not here right now. If you're saying Nottingham Forest is bad, they haven't really done anything to stay up, have they? Sheffield United. There's nothing
because
they'll stay up. I think, like Jamie said with Luton, they're building to come up back up.
No, well,
they didn't really lose anyone last year.
With
they did theirs when they last came up 2 years ago. They brought their business 2 years ago.
The problem with Sheffield United is their owner is actively trying to sell them. He doesn't want to be part of them. He doesn't want to own a football club anymore. So he's not willing to spend money. He's trying to sell them. He has been for the past 2 seasons, but nobody wants to buy them. When they were in the EFL, he couldn't sell them because the process that they do takes 3 months. Hence why it took so long for the all of us. And I think the 2 people that were in for them, one was a dodgy guy, and then one was a South African prince.
No, you didn't, Cristiano.
Who was. So it's all very iffy and stuff, but he's actively trying to sell them. So, the transfers that they're bringing in aren't going to be exciting, money lust ones.
Well, it's just not terrible, but yeah, other than that, it's all a bit nothing, right? Yeah. Moving on. Tottenham Hotspur, that is a good window in my opinion.
I'd say 10.
I'm not going to say 10. Again, I can't agree with 10 because they don't have a striker. Quite simply.
Brendan Johnson. Yes,
he's not done yet, is he? Is he done?
It's basically done.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 45 minutes.
Brendan Johnson
the thing is,
doesn't fill the gap massively, but
the thing is, no one who you're gonna buy in this day and age is gonna bring back what Harry Kane's done for Spurs.
No, I don't. You can't replace Harry Kane.
So you can't replace Harry Kane. So for Tottenham in general, to improve on the areas they needed to improve on centre back, but had no number 10. They've brought them players in. So in my opinion, they've done a 10 because the new managers come in. They've started really well in the Premier League as well. They've not even lost a game yet in the first 3 games. And Spurs normally lose in the first 2 games. Spurs look shaky. But honestly, they look incredible. They look like they're not... They beat... They even beat Manchester United.
So, Nate. I think he will.
I think a 10 out of 10. I think
Along with
Maddison is a steal. I'm sorry.
Madison, bet one of the
is
best
a
signings of
steal.
the window.
It's because he could have gone Newcastle. He could have gone to any. Remember the money they got in as well.
Yeah. The person on their phone, what do you rate it?
I think what they've brought in has been exactly what they needed to bring in. They haven't overdone it. They haven't panicked and gone out and gung ho and signed everyone and everything. They've looked at what they needed. I think making the Kulusevski loan permanent. I think that was a great decision. Porro, yeah. Van der Ven's a good signing. Manor Solomon for free is ace. Keeper, keeper's a bit skeptical.
17 million.
I don't think he's covered himself in glory yet, but for the money, great, and probably an upgrade on Lloris. James Maddison for 40 million is a banger because Leicester wanted 65 off Newcastle for him. So for them to get 40 million off Spurs for him, I think that's great business for him. And I'm glad Harry Kane went. They look like a better team, and Harry Kane is going to get his first.
Yeah. Right, can you leave the key, please? Before you lose the second key. What are you doing? Right, sorry, everyone. I don't have a clue what are you doing?
Oh, that's just Leeds for you, isn't it? Leeds have met QPR's asking price of 6 million for Ilias share. They don't want to let him go this late in the window.
Can I just say something? My what are you doing is, no, you're not fucking doing it because they're gonna fall off in the middle of the night. They will. She's laid some gender bricks against the fucking window to try and keep someone out of it.
She's an idiot.
So why would they fall in the middle? Why would they fall in the middle of the night then?
No, what? So they can smash it and smash your plate.
I don't know.
Be gone.
West Ham are not winning the Premier League. I'm sorry to say.
Jenga bricks up against the window to keep someone out. Jenga bricks. Anyways, no, she's back. Go. No, right, 1 second. Get to bed. Go.
Let's all laugh at Bournemouth.
Why?
Laugh at Bournemouth. Nah. Hey, Jake. Bournemouth's move for Dakar is stalled. Unlikely to happen. Also, their talks with Leeds over a deal for Luis Sinisterra have hit issues. Let's all laugh at Bournemouth. Fuck the cherries.
She's tucked in for the night. For me, Jimmy, did you say your bet on Tottenham? You did, didn't you? For me, I think
I did.
I think it's a very good window. Like I said, to me, 10 is perfect. The only team that, in my eyes, have had the perfect window is City, so I'm going to give them a 9. But yeah, that's only because I don't think it's the perfect window. But there's not much more that they could have done. West Ham.
I mean, personally, for me, the only thing that they could have done was bought a striker to replace Harry Kane. But
West Ham are 9.
Well, bear in mind, Jamie,
if they're going to struggle, that's the only place they're going to struggle.
But also, Jamie, bear in mind they bought all their players before the 100 million of Harry Kane came in.
I know. That's what I'm saying, and I think the only place that would struggle is. Yeah, I think that. But you look at the strikers that were around that people haven't bought already. For me, the only one that I'd have really wanted to get is Osherman.
Yeah, but he's more than 100.
But look at the money with Napoli. They wanted 160 million plus for him, so it just wasn't going to happen.
West Ham, I'd say a 9.
What negatives can you think about West Ham? Declan Rice going. My God, brilliant, right?
They've brought James Ward-Prowse for a steal, 30 million. They brought Alvarez in, 35 million. Yes, they're not going to do Declan Rice, but James Ward-Prowse offers something else. Alvarez offers that holding position. Kudus, what great attacking player they've just brought in.
The only thing I can possibly say for West Ham is they might need a striker. Because Antonio normally has a good start to the season and completely drops off. But
Kudos can play as a striker.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he
I was
played as a striker for Ajax in the last game and got a hat trick.
Yeah, Kudos can play as a striker. It's just the one thing I would say is Moyes has really brought this Moyes to the Everton. You know, the old school Moyes, big boys coming up, smacking it.
Brennan Johnson has just signed for Tottenham. That as well as that's a banging signing for them as well. Forgot about Brennan Johnson.
Oh yeah, well Jake didn't, but yeah.
That's what I said 10 out of 10. They brought a striker what they needed. They brought in the positions they needed, and now they've got the striker what they need.
45 million in total.
Yeah.
I will say, I think Brennan Johnson's a good striker. I don't think he's
not a striker though.
Well, they brought him in to play up front, right?
No.
Who's playing up front then?
He can play Son. Son will go Son will go central.
So why?
Well, no, Richarlison. Sorry, they've got Richarlison.
Do you think Richarlison's going to come good for them?
No. But Son can go central. Brennan Johnson's more of a right-sided player, but he can play on the left and he can play as the number 10. He can play as the 10. Brennan Johnson plays the same positions as James Maddison, except he can play when he's on the wing. He's a better winger than James Maddison is. Yeah. James Maddison's perfect position is number 10.
Number 10, and he's played there the first 3 games, and he's got 3 assists already.
Exactly. Whereas Brennan Johnson is a winger. It's going to be interesting because you're not paying 45 million for a player that's going to sit on the bench. But you look at the other players that they've brought in, and it's like, well, why the fuck does he go?
The only thing I can see him. Richarlison's not been firing, so I can see Brendan Johnson coming in.
I'm talking
to drop Richarlison to the bench.
It leads away, Jay, and it's my Jake. We're talking about the transfers.
Wait, where's my piece of paper? Where's my piece of paper?
It was on TikTok, Jamie.
Yeah, no.
But if you were live on TikTok with me, you would have said, "Yo, Mason, thank you for the the 4 roses. Thank you so much."
You what? Yeah, one more. Did you see it? Will you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, For me, West Ham's window, I'm going to give an 8. Could have done a striker, but like we say, Kudos can kind of do that. But very, very solid, you know.
Well,
very good.
I think
West Ham money.
I think also they brought that Summerus in last year, the striker, and they sold him again for Premier League.
Mason, thank you for the new universes as well. Thank you so much. Love that.
He didn't fire in last season, and they sold him already this year for 27 million. They basically got the money back for him.
Who's that? Sorry,
the striker. And
I think he should have been given more time.
He didn't want it. He wanted to go home.
He wanted to go back home.
I mean,
he didn't like the Premier League.
I don't blame him because he had a horrible first season, right?
I mean, the last one, Wolves.
I'm happy. I'm very happy with our business. I think it would be nice to see something in this last hour, but I'm not holding out for anything.
Wolves, I would say a 3 again.
I'd say a 0.
3-2.
Honestly, 0. But that's because their club's in turmoil, right?
They're in financial debt at the minute. They're in financial struggle.
Mo is staying, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Happy. Centre back is all I would have asked for, really, in this last hour. For me, a 0. Honestly, in terms of when I say 10 is perfect, and 0 wasn't even worth having a transfer window. That is what it was for Wolves, in my opinion. The only positive is that they've somehow kept Neto, maybe, and that's about it.
I changed my mind on one.
Even on the going outs, they've lost Neves, they've lost
Connor Collins,
Connor Cody, Nathan Collins,
and they've lost.
They haven't brought anything in to replace them.
No.
So for me,
that's another team which will be fighting for the bottom, in my opinion.
I think there's a chance they go down. Yo, Mason is
again. Actually, no, they beat Everton, didn't they? They beat Everton 1-0.
They beat them 1-0.
Yeah,
but that's also on the assumption that Everton might not go down.
No, Everton, Luton.
They also had Mateus Nunes in that 1-0
win.
Yeah. Jamie?
I'd give them a... Can't give them a 0 because 0 is just literally doing nothing. But I'd give them a 2.
No, well, fair enough.
I mean...
I think
the Matt Doherty signing is a nice signing at right back.
Oh, I did like that. I'll give him a 1.
It's a nice signing back.
The only thing is with it, it's basically like Sheffield United. They only wants to sell the club, but no one's coming in for him again. It's like Sheffield United. The owner wants out. The owner don't want to have the club anymore because it's causing more financial problems for himself. The club's basically going into debt at this point. He wants to sell the club. It's like Sheffield United. They want to sell the club. That's another reason why they're not spending money. The guy, it's basically like having the Mike Ashley back. He's taking money out of the club and not putting money back into the club.
Right. Well, that's our review of all the transfer windows. Obviously, very little will probably change, right, on making their overall transfer window better in this last hour. Other than Liverpool, maybe, unless they do come in for a centre back. I couldn't really see anything else improving them. What are you on about, Jamie?
I just wanted to see it come up on the screen. Send your questions.
You should have gone for who's that handsome chap on the left? Has he got a TikTok?
You wrote number. Oh, yeah. I thought so.
All right. Next up, do you guys want to do our sign into the season? Our team of the season?
Transfer team of the season.
Our Premier League summer transfer XI. The best of the best. I think we all went 4-3-3 to make it comparable. You guys haven't seen mine, so would you like me to go first or last?
I got.
You can go first, Ginge.
I'll go first. What do you think of the green, white, famous foul shirt?
In fact, no. I want to go first.
Go on then, Jamie. You go first. Just to make you aware.
Well, I thought you were doing a graph.
I have. I'm about to do it now. Oh wait, that's not you.
You ain't showing no graph.
Jamie, someone who followed you just asked to go live.
It's not a graph. It's not a graph, you donut.
It's
a graphic.
Wait. There we go. Do you like it? Oh fuck! Your cameras are moving. Prick. All right. Well, Jamie, talk us through your team while I fix you. It was all good. Well,
I can see my shoulder and see the top of my head.
It was doing so well. Fuck's sakes. Right. Well, we're fine. I'll fix it. Jamie, talk us through your team.
Right. So we'll start at the back because that's like the easiest place to start. It's got to be Onana. As much as I joked about him earlier, I think it is a massive upgrade on De Gea. So for me, goalkeeper Onana has to be transfer of the season for goalkeepers. At right back, Malo Gusto. I couldn't think of too many, and I think with Reece James having his injuries, I think he could really shine for Chelsea. We've gone for.
I still think He's better. At least I think I agree with you.
I've gone for Longley and Gvardiol for centre backs. I couldn't think of too many centre backs that I was going to be that impressed with. I think Disasi's is an honourable mention.
The defence was hard, right?
Yeah, yes, because there wasn't that many, and that's why I kind of had to scrape it with a Longley. But I think he just pushes past Disasi for me. At left back, I have gone for Reguilon. I think I really like him. I really liked him at Spurs. I thought he was great at Spurs. I think he'll be great for Man United, especially with Shaw and Malacia being out for a while. Midfield. Now, midfield was the hardest
that's definitely
decision of the lot. Yes. This was the hardest one to pick from. I have gone for Declan Rice, Ryan Gravenberch, and Moises Caicedo. Mm-hmm. Probably one of the most, the most expensive out of all three of ours, our combined total. I'd assume, maybe. You may not. Cause I have a hint. I have a sneaky suspicion what you pick.
It's one of because you've got Rice and Caicedo.
Yes, Rice. It was just obvious. I can't see why he's going to be in everybody's, isn't he? He's just going to be. Caicedo, I know he had a really bad debut, but I think he can only improve on. He can't get any worse. He can only get better.
He'll come.
And I think he will be great for Chelsea. I think he's going to brilliant. He'll have a brilliant season. He better do. They better hope that he does for that money anyway. Declan Rice has started ace. He's just started where he left off at West Ham really and got better already. And I've already said today, I've been a big fan of Ryan Gravenberch, even from when he was at Ajax. So I think he's going to be one of your best midfielders this season. Personally, I think for me is Liverpool's signing of the window.
Just
personally,
real quick, sorry, just to interrupt. Trevor Chalobah is staying at Chelsea, confirmed. I know he's been linked to a few different places, but he is staying. Carry on, Jimmy.
Sound. That's right. I don't think there's many arguments for this one. I've gone for Diaby from Aston Villa. He started the league on fire. He's absolutely brilliant. He's pacey, he's skillful, he can shoot, he can cross, he can dribble. He's just ace. He looks amazing to watch. I think he could be the difference between Villa getting into Europe again. Yeah, are they in Europe? They're in Europe.
Yeah, they're in
the Europa League conference.
He could be the difference that wins them the Conference League and gets them into Europe again. On the left wing, I have gone for the deadline day signing of Ansu Fati to Brighton. Again, I don't think there was too many to pick from, but I think this is one of the signings of the day.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think he's going to be as well.
It is a shock transfer. I think it was more done because Barcelona needed to get his wages off the books, and they had more attacking players than they did defensive players, etc. And who are you going to pick, João Felix or Ansu Fati to be on your books for the season? You're going to go João Felix, and Ansu Fati is going to a team where he's going to flourish under deserve. So I think he's an amazing manager. Absolutely great signing. I cannot wait to watch him play. I'm hoping he is actually playing tomorrow, is it? I think they play tomorrow. I guess Newcastle are playing Sunday.
Yeah, but I don't think
it's tomorrow.
Might be Sunday, Super Sunday, maybe.
No, they're not Sunday.
And then for striker, I have gone for Nicholas Jackson. I've been really impressed with how he's played for Chelsea. The runs he makes, he looks skillful, quick. He does look agile. I know he's only scored one since joining, but he's getting the main thing. The most important thing is he's getting to the right places to score. He's getting his shots off. Do you know what I mean? He's doing everything right other than getting the ball in the back of the net, and that will come. I mean, it's like I say, he scored one. I think he's going to go on to score more. I will give an honourable mention. As I said, the midfield was tough. But I would give an honourable mention to Brennan Johnson and James Maddison to go in my midfield. But I just couldn't look past the 100+ million players. And being a fanboy of Gravenberch. Well, I'd class Brennan Johnson as naturally a number 10 as well as James Maddison.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's my team.
You want me to go next?
Look at your team.
Yeah, okay. Let me find my mouse quickly. So Jake and Jamie are seeing this for the first time, as are all of you will be hearing it. Ansu Fati won't start with Matoma. He might go central, right? Ansu Fati. So this is my team.
I don't see
you fuckers.
I don't see him go central.
Right. This is my team. You guys can soak it in for a minute while I'll talk you through it in a sec.
Sorry again.
Why?
Oh. Okay. Interesting. We only have
we've got the same
3 players the same.
I mean, I'm not going to say who we've all got the same, but we've got a couple of players the same.
We've only got 4 players the same. Okay.
There's Jake, and then I'm just doing you now, Jamie. Oh no, shit. Where are you? There. Right. And now we have to do all this again when Jake's talking as well, which is just brilliant. Where am I going?
You probably should have done this first.
Well, I just didn't realise. I thought if I fixed it for one, it would fix it for all the different sides. No. But yeah, we're unprofessional.
So Onana in there.
Yeah. So in goal, I've gone for Onana. I think he'll come good for Man U, right? In my opinion, he's just one of them players. He's the goalkeeping options. To be honest, there weren't many, was there?
No.
It was basically Raya, who's second choice for Arsenal, or Onana, from what I gathered. And yeah, I think Onana's the better out of the two. In right back, I've gone for Livramento. As you said, Jamie, not really many right back signings either. And I think Livramento long term will be a really, really good signing for Newcastle. You know, Trippier's not going to be around forever. He's getting older. And he's going to be learning under Trippier as well as, you know, top quality player for a long time. Disassi in centre back on the right hand side. When I watched him against Liverpool, he was solid. And Chelsea have needed a fresh breath of air into their defence, I think, you know, and he is that. I really do see him having a positive impact. Left back and left centre back. Now, these two are put in and they're quite interchangeable. I think you guys would agree. Grimaldo and Mickey van der Ven. Two really just. Oh, yeah, beauty! And you're behind the thing again. I'm so sorry. Who was that? It was just followed. I've lost my phone. Where are you? ZXY, couple of TV. Thank you for the follow. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the live. We're just reviewing our summer signing exercise. So yeah, Gavardio and Van der Ven are my two left back / left centre back. Decker's in the middle, top player. Don't really have much to say on it. I think Tonali looks like an incredible signing for Newcastle, and I've gone for Szoboszlai as well because the guy, I just love him. He plays with passion every moment, covers all the pitch, and looks really good. I'll put Maddison on the left wing. I think, you know, yeah, he's better down the middle, but I just wanted to get Maddison in as well. And just 40 million is a joke, right?
See,
Big CNL.
Personally, I'd say you cheated there.
No, because he does play on the left.
See, for my team, I literally went for positions.
He would have played up the right. He doesn't play off the left. He plays off the right.
He plays hybrid.
I put.
No, he plays off the right. He doesn't play off the left.
Well, you have to deal with it.
He's a 10 or a right side. He's not left side.
You're a cheater.
He's not getting on that left side over Song. Come on now.
Right, well, in my formation, he's actually inverting into that cam role, and Diaby goes as a right forward, and Divock Origi goes as a left striker.
Yeah,
so
Jake.
Yeah, so
Origi's not even signed yet.
Origi's done deal. He's done. He's here we go.
Yeah, he's done.
He's here we go.
Here we go, Forest.
So, I mean, that's enough, you know, when we're talking deadline day and doing the transfers.
From Forest.
But yeah, I just think Origi looks like a good signing for them. I think he'll help them this season, you know, in that bottom half battle. And then Diaby on the right. I think there's nothing more to say about that, right? And Jake, you ready?
Yeah.
Right, Jake, tell us about how Timber was in your team originally.
Right. I wasn't going to be in my team originally.
Huh?
Timber literally was probably one of the best signings for Arsenal.
Oh yeah, Timber would have been an incredible signing if he didn't get injured for the whole season.
If he didn't get injured.
For the whole
he can
season.
play any, because the thing is, he can play right back, he can play centre back, he can play left back, he can play centre mid. He's that versatile player what Arteta needed. Now they're playing fucking party right back. What is this?
No, the party was already playing right back. Timber was.
Yeah, but who would have thought Arteta's going to start playing party right back and Ben White
at the end of last season, actually.
You know, he's playing Ben White centre back and drop Gabriel.
Anyway, carry on. Yeah, go for your team anyway, Jake.
No, I think it was pretty much obvious. There's no other keepers. Centre backs, there's been a few, but I think Pau Torres was a steal for the price that Aston Villa got him for. Then you've got the centre back Man City signed.
Gavardio,
like who wasn't going to pick him? I think Lewis Hall, a brilliant signing for Newcastle. I feel like he's going to get into that team over Dan Burns with the option to buy as well. I think that looks promising left back. Midfield is always going to have Declan Rice in there. What a steal from Arsenal, 100 million. And last year, people were looking at 200 million. West Ham was going to sell for 150, 200 million. I've got Tonali. I think he's a steal as well. 60 million from AC Milan. Didn't think he would go. He's gone. He's come to Newcastle. I think in the first 2-3 games, I think he looked solid for him. Against Liverpool, they got a bit unlucky. I believe they shouldn't have lost the game against 10 men. But then again, you can't really blame the midfield when the defence is getting split apart. Nunes running through. by touch from both centre back both times.
First time, second time it was just poor positioning. But yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I feel like that. I put Maddison in there as well. I think Maddison for Newcastle, he's hit the ground running. He's basically left off where he finished Premier League last year, scoring goals, setting up goals, creating chances, making Tottenham a better team than they were last year. On the right, I think it's just clear Diaby. I don't think any other right winger is better than Diaby at the minute in the transfer window. Left wing, Fatty, I think is a steal. How could you not put him in there? How is Brighton getting a player like Fatty out of nowhere on loan ahead of Spurs as well? Spurs were in for him. Brighton beat him to it. And then Nkunku, I think he's going to be one-end signings. When he comes back from injury, he's just going to hit the ground running. He's going to be scoring goals for Chelsea for fun. I think Wigan and RB Lions.
What is your problem with putting injured players on your team?
I would accept Nkunku though because he's going to be back in.
He's going to be back.
He's going to be back for a majority of the season.
Yeah.
The only reason I didn't put him in is because he is injured, but I can see even in the half season that
the thing with striker, it was either going to be Jackson or Nkunku. Simple as that. What other striker are you going to put in there?
Opinions on Huddersfield. Don't really have any opinions on Huddersfield. They had a terrible season for them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Fuck Huddersfield.
Got beat by Leicester 1-0.
You webbed feet rats.
And what's going on the transfers? So, Brendan Johnson has signed for Tottenham. Gravenberch has signed for Liverpool. Amrabat has signed for Manchester United. And
Luton has made a loan signing from Arsenal.
And just recently, Diego Moreira has just left Chelsea for Olympique Lyon.
Yeah.
On loan.
Time for Lyon.
Right, to Mr. Jamie, who likes to sit with his knees up and on his phone while Jake and me go through our teams.
I am on Twitter, scouring through transfer news.
Could look a little bit more involved. Go on, Jamie. Have you got your top three? Should we start with flops or signings? Most likely to flop and most likely to succeed. Which one do you want to do first?
Why am I going first?
Because you're on your phone.
I go second.
All right, I'll go first. Jake, you can pick. Do you want to do flops or signings? We'll all do our flops and we'll all do our signings. Right. Three most likely to flop. Let me just have a look at my list quickly. It's on my phone. TikTok, give me 1 second. Because I put it in my notes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. All right, I've got them. Right. Three most likely to flop. Now, I've taken into account when I've done this list, I've done price. I've done how much playtime I think they'll get. And that's pretty much it. You know, the price of what they are, how well they'll perform for the playtime they get. So, in at number 3, this is going to be really controversial and everyone's going to disagree with me probably throughout this list. But in at number 3, I've gone for Højlund or whatever his name is. 72 million. Not really that proven. 1 season. Of literally playing football. Yes, he looks big. Yes, he looks strong. But other than that, what is there about him? Didn't score as many goals as 72 million would dictate. I basically think they've gone and said, he's felt like Haaland, looks a bit like him, let's go get Højlund. So he's my number 3 spot. In at number 2, I have since come around a little bit on this after speaking with Jake, but I've gone for Lavia at Chelsea. I think that for him, as a personal position, 60 million, that's here or there. I don't think he's going to play that much.
Sounds like a bit of salt to me.
It is, but also I think that is going to have a big impact. You're going to be paying 60 million. I don't think he's going to play that much. With Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez in the midfield ahead of him, when they only play 2 centre mids, they're 2 players that don't really get injured that much, play a lot of football. So yeah, that's just the reasons I went for that. And then at number 1, I went for Mason Mount because he's shit.
I think everyone number 1's going to be Mason Mount. I'm sorry.
So yeah, that's my 3. I don't go to school, James. So yeah, nice. Bold shouts, yeah, definitely some bold shouts, but apart from Mason Mount, that's probably the most obvious one.
So
but yeah, they're my 3.
I'll go next. Mine. I mean, pretty. Mine is going to be Højlund at number 3. The exact same reasons you said. You look at his record. I don't see how 72 million gets you that player. Why you'd want to spend 72 million on a player that's got that record? I don't see. Ginger's gonna love this one. I'm going to go for, and this isn't me saying I want him to. This is me just saying I think he could.
It's breaking up.
I've got him at the potential of could is Szoboszlai. I think for the 65 million?
60.
I think 60 million. I don't think he's worth 60 million. I really don't think he was worth 60 million. I don't think you pay that money if you. Well, obviously you don't pay that money if you don't need him. But I just, for what he is, the league has done it in. I don't think he's worth it at all. I agree that some of the money that's being put into there, as well as like Højlund, is because of potential. But I just don't. I can see him being a flop. I hope he isn't, because I think it'd be.
It's all just opinions
it'd be nice.
and speculation.
It'd be nice to see that midfield work well. I'd love to see that midfield trio work well. But he's my number 2.
Can I just ask?
At number 1, it is.
Man.
I've already said how the hell Chelsea got 65 million from Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Is beyond me. Who had 2 years left on his contract. It's like, what?
Just
how the hell they've got that?
Have you watched Liverpool play this season?
Yes.
And
no.
Wait, have you?
I'm not on about from the games I've watched.
No,
I'm
I know. That's
because,
the only reason I would.
Because if you look, Mount's only played 1 game, hasn't he? Højlund hasn't played. Szoboszlai is the only one that's played.
It's absolutely.
But I'm just saying. I'm saying it on the basis that if he doesn't get the numbers that he should get for an attacking midfielder for 60 million, then I'd regard him as a flop.
Well, he is a midfielder, I'm afraid, but not an attacking midfielder. But yeah.
Yes, but he's the more attacker. He's going to be the more advanced one. He's the one that's going to be joining the attacks more than the other 2.
Yes, he has played as a 6 in 2 of the last 3 games.
And is he going to be a free kick taker? I'm pretty sure he's pretty damn good on free kicks, isn't he? I know he's going to have to share him with Trent, but
yeah, he is. He's on free kicks. He's taken some free kicks. He haven't had an attacking free kick. Actually.
But I expect him to pull up some good numbers, and I'd be disappointed if he didn't. So that's why he's up there for me.
See, won't we? I mean, I've said, easy 20. I think I said 20 goals and assist contributions.
I mean, I could have quite easily gone like you with Lavia, but for me it was like, I don't see Lavia as the flop. I can't see Lavia as a flop because you're saying he's not getting into the team. Well, that can't be considered a flop because the money because the money that they're not spending for Chelsea aren't buying players to put in their first team. They're buying players for the future. And that is a future transfer.
Yeah, but
it's a transfer that's looking forward. He's only 18 years old.
But my way of considering it, I can see your way, but my way of considering it is they've spent 60 million, and that is what they spent to buy him this season. Yeah,
but if he doesn't play a single game this season, that doesn't if he doesn't play a single game this season and goes out on loan in January, it doesn't mean he's a flop. It just means they've bought him to then loan him out so he can get game time. And
if they loan him out, I'm not going
to.
If they loaned him out to a top team, I would not disagree. Especially as they're not in the Champions League or anything. If they went this season and said, right, we're going to loan him out to a team competing in Europe and he's going to play there and he's going to be a starter for them, I'd say that's brilliant. But they haven't. They're going to play him right. But okay,
well, let's go a Jake. Shaky Jake.
Well, number 3 is the same for me. I think. How are you spending 72 million on a striker who's barely scored 9 goals last year for Atlanta in 27 games? How? When you could spend an extra 30 million and get Kane. So I go him. Second, I don't actually really know.
It's hard.
I feel like there's because a lot of these players would have been brought for the big amount of money. They've been brought because they've been proven. One is Mount. Sorry, but at this point, we're just hitting on Man U, but again, Man U is doing stupid business, in his opinion. They're just doing stupid business. Another one I would say is it's number 2. I'll say Chris Wood for Forest. I don't see why they're spending 15 million on Chris Wood. They didn't need him. They bring Origi in. They had Brendan Johnson. They spent
Didn't he
15
win it?
million.
Didn't he score a winner for them?
He scored already this season. Yeah,
He scored 1 goal.
Chris Wood's
After
like
compliment.
a few seasons ago. Chris Wood was a 10-goal a season striker, right? And that's quite good.
That was it. That was under Burnley. That only
Yeah.
scored 10 goals a season
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, but that's quite good for a relegation side. If he puts them numbers up, then yes. But then Jake, I completely agree. If he doesn't put them numbers up, like he didn't at Newcastle, then it is a flop.
At Newcastle, he got brought. He wasn't scoring the goals. They brought Callum Wilson. They brought Isaac in and got rid of him.
Actually,
If anything, Newcastle have got rid of him and made room for better players like they already have. They got rid of him and went, yeah, fuck you, see that. Basically,
Yeah.
Chris Wood.
No,
Conor Gallagher,
I like it.
Ian Matson, Cucurella, and Trevor Chalobah all staying at Chelsea.
Well, I think as soon as Manu really only wants him for Cucurella, right? I didn't really see anyone else interested. So yeah, it didn't surprise me. Yeah, Gallagher, I don't even know who Matson is, but yeah.
Hudson Daka to Bournemouth, deal it off. It was close, but won't happen.
Speak on them.
Anyway, yeah. Let's go reverse order, right, for successful signings. So, Jake, you wanna go for your 3 most successful?
Number 3, I think Diaby. I think he's going to be really successful at Aston Villa. I think it's going to help him. I think he's got the potential to win maybe the Europa League conference with them. See how it goes for him. West Ham won it last year. We don't know what Aston Villa's going to do this year. They've made the signings to do it. I think he's one of the main. I think he's a big signing. Number 2, I'd say Maddison. I think he's going to be a great signing for Tottenham. I think he could put them back into the top 4 challenge. I think he's that creative player, what they needed. He gives them the opportunities, gives them plenty of chances. If the play strikers ain't strong, you can't always blame the players behind them. Let's be questioning strikers not scoring the goals. And my most successful signing, I would say, is Declan. Who isn't going to say Declan Rice is number 1? 100 million. He's literally, it's only going to improve. He's only going to improve. He's still young. He's going to improve even more.
Can I just say, Jake?
Yeah.
You had to go at me for not listening. Even though I was listening, I was just on my phone, but then didn't listen to any of you. I walked off and didn't listen to any of yours.
No, I had to go. I was going to piss myself.
Yeah.
Jake, who are your 3? I was going to piss myself. I had to go.
Wow. I said Diaby number 3, number 2, James Maddison, and Declan Rice number 1.
I can agree strongly with that. I think they're all very good suggestions. And I can see each of your points clearly as to why as well. Go on then, Jamie. And I'll listen intently.
At number 3, I'm going to go James Maddison. No, yeah. Number 3, James Maddison. Yeah, I think he is going to take Spurs, as he already has, to that next level. I think he's finally going to flourish that for a team that's actually going to play to his strengths and not shove him out on the wing like Leicester did. I think he's going to do some special things for them. That team is going to be now molded around him. He is going to be their focal point. I think he's going to do great things for them this season. I think he's going to get them in. He could be the difference between them getting top 6 or top 4. At number 2, and this one works in your favour, Ginge. I am going to go for Gravenberch. Yes, again, I'll go back to him. I've watched him since he was at Ajax. I've adored him. I'm a massive fan of him. I think he's a real talent. He's only, he's only 22, 23? I think 22, isn't he, still? I think.
Still pretty young, yeah.
I think he could be he's a real asset to your team now. I think I'd be interested to see where he plays. I'm hoping it is going to be Maka sat behind, and you have Gravenberch and Sobo. So he can play in his best position, box to box, get up and down on the pitch. But I think he's going to be the real difference maker again, just like Maddison to you getting back into the top 4. Because I don't think it's any foregone conclusion unless Salah picks up his form either.
Yeah, well, top 7 could go anyway, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. And then number 1, it's pretty controversial because I could have had any of these 3 at number 1 personally. I'm going to go for Mateus Nunes.
Hang on a minute. Can I just make a question? He was. How is he going to be the sign of the season, but he didn't make it into your sign of the seasons?
Because it's my opinion. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, but if he's your number 1 signing this season, how is he not in the Prem signing of the season?
Because he doesn't need to be. James Maddison was number 3, but he didn't get to number 3 midfield, did he?
You got 2 players in your top 3 who didn't even make it into your starting 11.
Doesn't mean poop.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, go on. I'll let you continue.
Because I had to put them in there because of the price tags. Because I know they're that good, but I personally don't rate Declan Rice. He's a good signing for Arsenal.
I'm from
I don't rate him though.
The thing is, yeah, the biggest flop, yeah, you could put Caicedo there because he's gone there for 150 million. He could absolutely, yes, we know he's not on a tank.
No, it's all speculation.
He could be number 3, the biggest flop.
I could have put him in the flop, and I could have put him in the thing at the same time because either way, he could have been. He can either be a massive flop, and he can also be the signing of the season. Yeah. But I'm going to go for Mateus Nunes because I think even at Wolves, he looked good. He looked really good at Wolves. I think he's gonna. Pep has this special thing of molding players. For me, my number 1 was either going to be Doku, right, which I could have quite easily gone for over Fati, but I think Fati's just going to be that special, or Nunes, and I had to involve a City player because I just think when players go to Pep, they just improve under him. His man management of players is ridiculous, and I think Nunes he'll now mold Nunes into KDB. I think KDB is starting to pick up more and more injuries more frequently, and he's going to. Yeah. You're going to see a change. I think Pep's realised he's going to need to change. When have you seen them bring in a player of that position and that type to cover KDB? They haven't. They've never brought in someone to replace him.
Brought Bernardo Silva or
but Bernardo Silva can play left, he can play right, he can play false 9. Do you know what I mean? He can play left back for God's sake. But Nunes, they've brought in a player that is a lesser version of De Bruyne-esque, yes. So
yeah, but I mean, no one can be De Bruyne.
Real forward.
No one can be De Bruyne. So
no, that's what I mean. But I think under Pep, this is Nunes' chance to get
revive his career as well.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, any player.
I think it's. Do you know what it is? I think that's the player I'm most looking forward to seeing play. Watching, this season.
Wait, hang on.
Him and Doku. Only because
it's because we know Greg Birch's going to do.
Only because
I'd say we know what Nunes is going to do more than Mateus Nunes is going to do more than Gravenberch.
Personally, not because I watch Gravenberch. I've watched a hell of a lot of Gravenberch. But
he hasn't
for me, because I've watched Bundesliga. Well, not Bundesliga.
Yeah, but too much,
Eredivisie. Sorry, Eredivisie. Sorry.
Oh, right.
But it's more he's not an out and out attacking midfielder, whereas Nunes is more of that.
Yeah. No, I get you.
He's going to have more of the ball. He's going to be responsible for a lot more of the play. I'm fanboying on Pep basically. I'm looking forward to what he can do with him and how he's going to play basically. But again, I could have picked it. I was either going to pick my number 1. It was going to be Doku or Nunes. But I think Doku might. It's a player for like Doku for City is a bit harder. What?
You see that on the screen?
That is nuts. To Getafe? Mason Greenwood to Getafe?
Oh my god!
Mason Greenwood.
No way. What? Do you know he was about to sign? He was about to join Lazio, but the window closed.
Shut. I honestly only saw him in Saudi Arabia or Turkey. I'm appalled.
Yeah, I'm baffled by that.
I am appalled by both Lazio and Getafe for even wanting him.
That is nuts. Go on, Mason, lad.
No.
Watch him do bits that league now.
No.
And get like a remove to like Real Madrid or Barcelona. Watch.
No, that will never happen. His career.
Do you not believe in a redemptive society?
Hang on. Wait, I need to see something quickly. Yeah. he won't Nike or Adidas or Puma or Umbro or none
That's
of them
why.
will ever touch them.
That's why he hasn't gone to a team with them sponsors. That's why he's
exactly.
gone to a
That's why
team
when
that's got
Jake just
Joma.
said Real Madrid or Barcelona, none of them teams associate.
That's why he's got. That's why he's at a team at Joma, and he's going to switch allegiances to Jamaica because Jamaica want him as in their national team. So
he's played, but I don't know if he'll be able to because he's played for England.
No.
You're allowed if you don't play for a certain amount of years under the team, and you have a genuine bloodline to that country, which he does. I think his granddad is Jamaican. Or his dad might be Jamaican or something like that. So he'll be eligible to do it, and he probably will do it.
Okay, so I've gone for my free. I'll go for my free signings anyway. Shall I? As we've got 4 minutes left of the window before we end up. So my free signings. And at number 3, I've gone for Gravadiol. I just think, like everything you said about Mateus Nunes, right, Jamie? But he's on his phone again, Jake.
No. I just need to pay someone. I'm listening. You were talking about Nunes.
No, I'm not.
You were just said just like Nunes.
Yeah, who was I talking about?
Oh, you meant Darwizi.
No. Look how far off he is.
I said Nunes, all right.
Number 3, Gravadiol. Just
like Nunes because you want to see.
Just like you said with Nunes, the moulding under Pep. But I just think he's just going to be quality, isn't he? It's like a John.
The quality set like is already.
It's just going to be a John Stones on the left, right? Ryan Gravenberch is a done deal, absolutely. In number 2, I've gone for James Maddison. Basically, the exact reasons that you guys said. I don't need to make us sound like a broken record. We all think he's going to be an incredible signing. And on the complete vice versa to what Jamie said, and this is all speculation.
Can I just stop you, Rob Holding signs for Crystal Palace on a 3-year deal for £4 million?
Oh, 4 million. That's not bad. I'll tell you what, that improves Crystal Palace's transfer window for me.
That's why I said 7.
I think I said like a 6 before. I think I said 5. I'll go for 6 now. Force and Gravenberch, great signing. Can't wait to see him play. And yeah, number 1, Jamie, on the complete opposite to what you said. As we say, all speculation. My number 1 signing for this season is going to be Szoboszlai. I've watched him obviously for every minute of the Premier League so far that he's played, every minute of pre-season as well. And I tell you what, it just. He just looks like a player that's got so much passion.
It was kind of an obvious call for you, seeing as though you're doing a my player career on him.
That's almost finished. But yeah.
Who are you gonna do next? What career? What my player are you gonna do next?
I think because it's gonna be on this FIFA, right?
Gravenberch on the next FIFA.
No, I'll do one more on this FIFA.
No.
I think I'll probably do Darwin Núñez.
I think he could get away with it doing Szoboszlai because he's an attacking midfielder, whereas Gravenberch, you're playing as box to box, so you're playing a totally different role. Nobody wants to see someone play box to box. People want to see you play winger or attacking midfielder or a striker. It's like playing as a centre back. Nobody's going to want to watch my player if you're playing as a centre back.
Exactly. Someone told me to do one as a centre back. No one even wants to play as a centre back for that long on FIFA. My God, it's just so boring.
I do. What do you mean,
Jake? After a maximum of 10 games, you are begging to come out of defence every year on Pro Club.
That's because everyone else in the attack can't score goals. It pisses me off.
Guys, we'll talk about this in 2 minutes, okay? Transfer deadline day is seconds away from finishing. News will come through.
Deals will still be going through to
as the night, but we are going to end up here. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for all the follows. Where's my
Don't forget to follow me. Leads away, Jay.
Who like listening to people talk about championship clubs and occasionally venturing north. Make sure to check out
Liverpool is deciding in the summer, surely.
Make sure to check out Leads Away, Jay.
What did you say?
Someone in Gigi's Twitch chat said Casinos to Liverpool is deciding in the summer, surely.
Yeah. And on that note.